You know what's been bothering me for quite some time, growing up too, for a couple years?
What?
The fact that Stuart Little's parents came to the orphanage to look for a child and he left with a mouse. You know how disappointing it is for all the other kids there, bro?
This is why you gotta watch those stories. Because I need to know when the was whatever he was going through, where the he was at, or what he was doing. That the number one was thinking about Stuart Little. 2, the Loki's right. And 3, adopted a rat over
Bro,
black kids.
a rat
That's
over
wild when you
over
put it like
kids,
that.
bro.
Over black kids at that.
That's really wild when you put it like that. That's fucked up.
Like really think about it. Like, yo,
And that was living swell too.
bro, a 12-year-old rat, bro. Come on.
My son had a polo on every time I see him.
Shit, they grabbed Gunna.
Oh my god.
They grabbed Gunna. They went, all right. I can say that.
Yeah,
That's
no,
some
yeah,
hip-
you can. No,
that's
yeah.
that's some hip hop shit.
No, you definitely can.
But they went to there and instead of picking a black kid, or who else, a Vietnamese
He
kid.
walked in and picked a mouse.
A whole
A
mouse,
mouse.
bro.
And he had a suitcase.
Like, imagine all the other kids getting ready. Like, oh shit, like we might get adopted. You know, wearing their Sunday's best.
You got to burn the place down after that. That's the only acceptable thing.
That's a villain origin story right there.
Yeah,
Hey, why kids don't be getting adopted like that?
I think they get aged out.
that's fucked up.
All right.
What?
I'm not
I
supposed to
don't
curse.
know.
I'm sorry. That was crazy.
It's a
though.
Degrassi episode. All right.
That sounds like a Degrassi episode.
I feel like they don't be adopting the white kids for real.
Nah.
They don't be
they-
white kids in there.
That's
Nah. Well.
I-
When?
I-
Nah, yeah, no,
I've
no,
never.
no,
I,
no.
I never been to a foster home. But
Me either, but
if
But
y'all
I
are
wasn't.
if y'all are offended, we're joking. But also whatever. I mean, whatever. It's a joke.
Shout out to the kids.
Whatever. Like I said.
were you watching like Stuart Little?
Yo, that shit just popped up in my head. Like,
That's for sure. That's those are your intrusive thoughts.
yo, no,
That's
not
like-
intrusive thoughts. Just like I was in school and it
He
shit.
thought about yo, why does Stuart
Son,
Little
that
get
shit just
adopted?
popped in my head. Like, yo, out of
Yo.
all the kids, bro, a mouse. And he even do much, bro. Nigga just won like a race and
Did he
shit.
fly a plane at one point?
I don't know.
And
Like,
Loki, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, Hollywood got a lot to explain to do. Why is that a thing? Why is that movie a thing?
It was
Like-
more than one of them. It was like 3 of them. I think.
There's like 8 of them shits.
I ain't
They
gonna lie.
rebooted it twice.
I ain't gonna lie. I used to be my shit when I was younger.
huh?
I used to be my shit when I was younger.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
The biracial niggas like Stuart Little. I see what's going on. The biracial
Nah, I
shit.
mean I don't
on some
disagree though.
logic
With
shit, I'm
the,
biracial.
I agree with what you're saying.
The biracial shit, I see what's going on. Ooh, y'all niggas like...
But my son was flying a plane in Central Park. I think it's kind of crazy.
We have a rat problem in the world and actually in the... actually. Like, New York City, they just hired...
like 30? No, was it 30,000 or 300,000?
No, what they did was they're offering like a head exterminator role to go and clean up the streets, and they're offering like $175 a year to kill because there's
It's
an
an
overwhelming amount of
infestation?
rats. No, there's an overwhelming amount of rats in New York City.
Uh-huh.
So now they're like, what the fuck? Like so they're offering like $175 to be the head rat exterminator
Son.
in New York
Wow,
City.
Gunna better hide.
Shit, still a little bit hide.
Man, you see what they... Man, Gunna went on Twitter today. Poor him.
I saw that the post, the photo.
Poor guy.
said
He think we don't know. He think we don't know what's really going on. He's really oblivious.
He put hashtag YSL the label. That
Yeah,
was
and then
crazy.
the-
Which is
The nerve.
And then the nigga was like, "Nigga, if you don't get out of here."
Yo, 6ix9ine was in his comment section.
bro, but sometimes he ain't got nothing else to do, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, he wasn't wrong though.
Listen, when that dude does shit, I don't take it to. But when them niggas like, "Yo, we not brothers, nigga. Why so don't fuck with you?"
Yo, he said free YSL the label. Oh no, he said YSL the label. That's crazy. You just said there was a gang on camera in a courtroom.
And it has nothing to do with being like a criminal to understand what's going on. It's like, bro, just take your L and go be
Just
a
read the
regular.
room, yeah, at this point,
just
read the
go
room.
be a regular dude.
That's
It's
read the room.
fine.
Just
Bro.
read the room, bro.
Just go be a regular guy. There's nothing wrong with that.
Free thug.
But come on, man.
Free thug.
Yeah.
Come on. Niggas heard you. Niggas saw you. It's on TikTok in 20 minutes. The white kids is telling you snitch. Come on, man.
That's crazy. White kids telling you
whites,
snitch in your
even the
comment section.
whites.
The whites is like, hey, yeah, he told.
We don't jack you.
Yeah, he told. No, they still gonna listen. But you're like, oh, he told. Ugh.
That's bad work.
But yeah, that just popped in my head.
No, I don't want to overextend this introduction, but also I was thinking, living alone, you tend to just think about random shit. I was in here sitting on my couch. I'm like, hey, them Power Rangers, they was a gang too. So little monsters. They used to run around space just jumping niggas.
was-
6-on-1 every time.
And they was always color banging too.
Yeah.
Yes.
They always ganged up same colors
That is
all the
true.
time.
Yeah.
They was really color banging.
You
Out
know.
here.
Yeah, some of these kids' networks got something explaining to do. Because I don't get it.
Or rest in
Motherfuckers
peace,
is
Tommy.
on some shit on the 90s, bro.
I still want to know what Dro was smoking when he just thinking about Stuart Little in class.
Yeah, that
but,
shit
hey,
just
Yeah,
popped,
that's a wild.
bro.
That's a wild. It's a wild thought to have. But
yeah. Play the intro.
Play the intro,
We out
yeah.
here. Welcome to episode 165 of the Imaginary Players Podcast. It's me, the one, Mr. Full Scotia, a.k.a. Big John from the East Side Boys. You're now listening to, and I've always been listening to, the greatest show on earth. To my immediate left is one half of the Beige Tandem, one of the Beige Bandits, Silk Serenade, the smoothest man on the planet. Derek, talk to people.
What's popping? It's been a long ass work week, but we here. I got an extra large coffee before I came here, so it's up. Even though it don't sound like it's up, but it's up. We here though.
Yeah, wait, you Beige niggas introduce yourself, Jesus.
Yeah, man.
Across from me is the other half of the Beige Tandem, the man behind the camera. Dro, talk to the people.
That's good, everybody. I hope y'all had a good week. We here, another episode amongst friends.
Damn, when John like says this, it should be sounding like a sex hotline.
What do you mean?
The way you be talking, the way I be talking, the tone in which we talking compared to him, and the way he brings it to our attention after every time we speak.
Yeah, literally.
Which is a sex
I'm
hotline.
like, you niggas need to not sound like y'all are being intimate. Yeah.
What do you mean?
I've told you guys for 65 episodes
Yeah.
to raise your voices.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Nah,
It's
he-
now it's apparent.
I talk low, bro.
It's apparent when we like go back to back, like
I just talk
consistently,
low.
like on like talking. It's crazy.
Whatever. Nigga.
But
How it
It's
is.
kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Happy to be here. Another episode. I love that we're getting back into, the normality of it.
Yeah, we getting back in the groove of things. And always, as always, I'll never be remiss to not mention to credit and rest in paradise to the founder and the leader of this podcast, Tyler T. Mckenzie.
Fitnack.
Yes.
Love you forever and ever, and every episode from now on for the rest of our time is dedicated to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As you guys we'll be hearing in every intro.
How are you, John? You gotta say how you are.
I'm doing good, man.
Black, blessed, the whole spiel. This be your favorite
I
stick.
got over that because I don't be okay these days, so I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie to the people.
See?
But
Honesty,
I take,
transparency.
Yeah, I mean, I take this thing day by day, man. Some days are good, some days are bad. Like I said, as I expect to be and will consistently be working through grief and sadness and all the things that I expect to come with this. I manage it by being transparent with myself, trying to be transparent with people around me. If I can't handle something today, I say it. If I can't do something today, I say it. So, that is where I'm at. And that's kind of, that's how I'm trying to keep this thing moving. So, yeah, but today I am doing all right. That is what I would do. Today is an okay day. Today is not a bad day for me.
Love that for you.
Okay, and I'm assuming and attributing that to coming here and working and doing what we do best. So that's really yeah. And it's happy Friday
Yeah.
Yes.
to everybody.
It's a little longer weekend for some of us because of Monday holiday.
If you work on Monday, it's racist and you gotta do
That's a
something.
fact.
You gotta do something.
Yeah, you gotta
I'm
sue
not-
your company.
Yeah,
I didn't
hit
even
HR.
know. I didn't even know I was off. I just assumed that I'm not gonna
Like, yo,
I'm not gonna be there. Or I'm not
Whether I
gonna-
work or not.
I'm not signing in. Like, yeah, but you work a job that doesn't permit holidays.
No, I do. I have a union contract in my construction company.
I don't know what that means at all.
Yeah. So we do.
No
We
idea
do.
what
No, we have like specified holidays and shit like that.
Yeah, but MLK
Luckily,
Day-
they're not racist.
But yeah, but I'm about to say I ain't one of them.
Yeah. Luckily, they're not
It's
racist.
like Christmas, New Year's, and Thanksgiving. That's it.
Facts. We got a couple of other ones off though, which is lit. They'd be so close to each other, which is valid. But thankfully, it's a long weekend for moi, so it's up. Hopefully, everyone has a fun 3-day weekend. For the most part, hopefully the weather is nice. I haven't checked it. Hopefully, it's not freezing fucking cold. But
It's January. What y'all expect? When
yeah, it's gonna
warm-
get worse in February. So
when it's warm, I'm surprised.
I think in February is usually when it snows for the most part.
February
right?
usually
That's
is
when it usually snows.
February is usually the colder month.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we get one snowstorm, I'm not tripping. Like, it's fine. But if we don't, I don't know if it's concerning.
We
but
out
it's
here
cool.
anyway, honestly, in terms of this,
Yeah.
climate situation. So
Shit wild.
So yeah, I'm assuming that we'll get one really, one storm, one really cold day, and then from there we'll be fine.
It's supposed to be 41 on Monday.
Oh, so it's lit.
That's cool.
That's lit.
So
A
we
little
outside then.
Basically,
jacket.
everyone,
With coats.
you see,
Oh,
you
yeah,
see,
a little jacket.
everyone gonna be brunching.
In the name of Martin Luther King Jr.
Y'all niggas didn't even know what day it was. Look,
I did.
This nigga Joe almost said Romeo Santos. Look,
Oh, nah.
look, that's what this nigga almost said. Yo, you niggas,
Oh,
That's
no.
nasty.
you niggas love that movie. I'll tell you. All right, let's get into this thing. What was that? What? I don't think I want to start with anything on here. No, actually, let's start with. Let's get this these news and current events out the way. This was on here last week. New York State has banned the arrest of children under 12 years old. Let me pull this up. 'Cause I'm sure there's more to that.
Yeah.
They will not prosecute children under the age of 12. Okay. Let me just find. With the new law, when the new law takes effect in a year, the lower age will be increased to 12. It's moved that. Okay. Social services will be required to set up what's known as differential response program for those under 12. Okay. So basically, you're saying, okay, they'll be dealt with. They'll be dealt with social services.
Yeah.
And
It's also because
mental health.
like across the state, at least 800 children under the age of 12 were arrested by police in 2019, according to the Legal Aid Society in New York, and about 90% were Black and Hispanic.
And as great as I think this is, they will do anything to not actually reform the police force.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we've been established that in the last year at least. Last couple years for the most part. But yeah, we already know that, especially in New York.
They will do anything not to reform the police. Because in reality, it's also a police thing to constantly be arresting kids under
Minors.
12
Minors.
Well, also, I don't know what these crimes are.
That's
Or
what I was gonna
whatever.
say. I wonder what those crimes were that those 12-year-olds were.
But if it's anything like theft or, something non-violent,
Mm-hmm.
if someone calls the police, the first thing that you should be done, hey, I'm calling a social worker, I'm calling your parents. I'm not putting a kid in a cell.
Type shit.
Or that's traumatizing. That's traumatizing. So I'm not. I would love to know more. So article doesn't get too deep, which is fine.
Eric Adams too busy being an indictment.
Yeah, he be hanging with y'all, man. That nigga-
Nah, y'all.
No,
Hell
no,
no.
no, no,
That's
no.
a dub.
I'm in a
He
club
be uptown
promoter.
though. He need to get his shit together.
I forget. Yeah, I don't live in Dykeman, but whatever.
My jersey in the rafters. I'm out of there.
So all niggas say when things going all right. Look, I be saying the same thing when I got a good week. Yeah. No.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm all for this. Kids under 12 should. The first thing that you should do is have them seek mental counseling
Yeah.
and talk to somebody before you start locking 12-year-olds up and
Traumatizing
giving
them
them
for the
even-
rest of their lives type shit.
giving them even juvenile records.
I'm glad we're living in a time where mental health is really important
I'm
in all
very
ages.
It took
You
a
know what I'm
time.
That is one thing that I think one good thing that came from COVID was the attention to mental health because everybody went through it at that time.
Yeah, a lot of people did. I didn't know how many people really did until I've heard people actually vocalize that they really had a tough time during the pandemic and they were all depressed,
Yeah, I mean,
which I understand. But I really underestimated how many people were affected mentally because of it. Because me, myself personally, like it didn't really affect me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because I'm just like, I could be a homebody, you know what I'm saying? But I understand how that can affect a person,
Of course.
especially how long the time period was. Everyone
Being
was stuck
isolated
home.
by
It was
yourself
It was
for a
like 3
minute.
or 4 months. Like
Yeah.
when it was like lockdown, no one could be in the street type shit. But yeah, I'm glad that mental health is so important nowadays from all age groups, and it's crucial in a lot of situations in which people have to really take it into consideration and not just blame someone's actions on just something that's insignificant.
Yeah.
And not in the capacity, and I don't correlate that with like white kids and shooting up shit. That's different, because that's the scapegoat that
Yeah.
situation usually.
of course.
I'm usually speaking in reference to like people of color, the
Mhm.
minority usually. So
No, also, as we're on like news, I don't know too much, but the teacher that was shot by the 6-year-old, whatever
I saw that
state
the
that
other
was,
day. I think I saw
did
something.
she die? I'm not. I don't. Want to.
I'm not too sure. I believe she was wounded, but I'm not too sure if she passed away.
Prayers to her.
Word.
Whatever happened, and I wish I read more on this. I didn't. I did read that the kid he found the gun, his mom's gun that she recently purchased, took it to school and shot his teacher. So I mean, guns have been an issue forever.
Word.
I think my stance on guns have kind of it's just pretty consistent. We don't need machine guns and AR-15s and all that good stuff. But I mean, if you want the right to carry your pistol, who am I to tell you no?
Yeah.
Um,
Teachers in stable condition.
okay, that's
Yeah.
good. Okay. But also, if you are a parent and you carry a gun, your kid should not know where it's at. It should be
Word.
locked away. It
The
should
fact.
It should be in a safe.
Like a lockbox or
A
something.
lockbox is safe. So if it was accessible enough for your kid to get to, as a parent, that unfortunately that is on you.
Or
That's on you. And but yeah, a 6-year-old kid don't even know what's going on. So I don't know what could have possibly sparked or triggered that child into doing something like that.
Even to be capable of letting it off.
Yeah,
If it's not on safety or something.
to know
like,
how to use it. So I'm definitely checking that household to see what's going on.
word. Child services definitely went over there
Yeah,
and took that child.
yeah, for sure. So
Praise to that teacher.
yeah, for sure. Imagine going to work and
Yeah, shot by a 6-year-old?
yeah, shot by your student is crazy.
it's wild.
No, your 6-year-old student is
Yeah.
crazy. That's
That's
insane.
sick. All right, what else we got here? What else we got? Oh, all the flights being down because the computers are down.
Son,
That was today, right?
Yes, earlier today.
That's how I drove
around,
outside
like
of Mexico for 6 months.
That is crazy.
Bro, till 9 o'clock, if you had a domestic flight, you were delayed.
Airlines have been fucking up since COVID, though.
Yeah, 'cause
Like a shortage of staff and that whole
nobody-
situation.
Nobody want to work at them shits.
Yeah. It's tough. It's a lot of demands.
I think next week we'll be able to have a better conversation about that.
Yeah, I was speaking to my friend who works in aviation, and he was just like, yeah, pretty much the GPS that directs the planes to go where they need to go was down. I said, all across the country, some ain't adding up to me.
That shit, wow. So that means all of that just on one.
Nah, something.
Yeah, I was gonna say that means like
Like
y'all
on
giving
one-
too much dependence on
Just
one thing.
One thing, bro.
Like, and that's what people be fucking up.
Motherfuckers pull the power plug on it again. Motherfuckers gonna be assed out, bro.
Yeah, some don't make no sense. Some don't make sense. The egg shortage. I mean, hey,
What's that egg shortage situation? Because I saw someone bagging up eggs, and I didn't understand what that meant.
So the whole egg situation right now, apparently there's an avian flu going around, which is
Is it a new variant of a flu?
no for birds, like actual bird flu. Like it's they're dying. So like no chickens, no eggs.
Also, lack of chickens.
Like
are causing
I guess
the
you could
eggs
say
you're
like pretty much is a whole process. It's like like a chickens.
Yeah, I saw someone bagging up eggs and shit. I'm like,
So
what's going on?
that and if you go to a Costco, you buy like a 24 pack, it's like $50 right now.
Is it really?
Yes.
I'll find some other breakfast.
So
Yeah, I'll find a chicken.
so 50, yeah, bro, for 24 eggs for $50 is insane. So I'm like, it's getting nasty out there. So
It's been nasty out there.
I mean, it's been nasty, but it's like shit. Son, $50 for 24 eggs, man. You better cherish them.
Go
shits.
re-up on your eggs.
Or don't, cause what the fuck?
That too.
Eat something else, so
That
I
too.
can get some, please. Fuck. No.
Are y'all cereal people by any chance? Do y'all like cereal?
I fuck with cereal.
No, I'm a grown up.
I know it has no like nutritional value. Like I know it's like a proxy
Grown up.
breakfast.
No, I'm a grown up. I'm not eating cereal.
Is there cereal? There's no cereal here. I'm not asking because I want some. I just don't.
I
Like,
didn't
I
think you
wish.
did.
It's a
I
proxy.
wish I liked cereal.
It's a proxy breakfast. I know it's like not really an actual real breakfast.
You
It's
be eating cereal?
every once in a while, but not like on a daily thing. Now I'm not gonna wake up like, oh, I can't look forward to eating cereal. Like no, it's
I'm
like,
asking you this question. I'm gonna judge you on your answer. What's your favorite cereal?
favorite cereal.
Yeah, but think before you answer the question. Because I'm going to judge you depending on what your answer is.
I want to say Fruit Loops.
That's tolerable. I accept.
This motherfucker, he'll be. I know this motherfucker will open.
I'm just
Yo,
saying.
if I go to any of your houses and I see cereal, I'm going home.
You going home?
I'm going home.
I wish I enjoyed cereal.
I don't need to be there.
Yeah, like I wish I enjoyed cereal because it seems so convenient. But like, I can't sit there and pour myself some cereal and like just eat that. Like,
cereal be valid, every once in a while.
so like
Yo, Dro lives like he just backpacks around the world.
he does. You watch his story.
Yeah, but
I
like
don't do shit.
you don't have to backpack around the Bronx. Like, why you live?
Have you ever been outside and like bought that small box of cereal? Like the not like the travel to
like
go
the
ones?
school shits? Like
Yeah,
the
but like in a store. Have you
no,
ever purchased one of those?
No, nigga, no. Get a
Yeah.
bacon, egg, and
Yeah,
cheese.
I know he's saying it like he
I get a
has
bacon, egg, and cheese. The
I
fuck,
ain't
bro.
gonna
I'm
lie.
telling
now
you,
you're bacon, egg, and cheese.
bro.
So don't cop out.
Cere-
That's an easy
cereal.
cop out.
I said it. Cereal is a proxy breakfast. It's just
You never ate Kix when it was in the little travel thing?
no.
You capping because I did.
What the fuck? What the
I did
fuck
when he was younger, obviously.
I love when the light skinned niggas fight. Look,
Bro, he's capping. There ain't no way. You're not about to say until you eat cereal as a grown ass man, and when they provided you Kix
The
when you were a
Kix
child.
from school?
Yes, bro. They provided it to you for free.
Yeah,
So
but
when
it's
you
just-
had it for free, you said no. But now you, as a grown ass man, you go to the supermarket and buy cereal. You look at the cashier in his face and like just what?
I buy my cereal, my Fruit Loops and shit.
Don't
you
ever
know?
talk to me like that again. That was crazy.
that
That was crazy. He looked at me and said, "But that was crazy. Don't ever talk to me like that again."
Also, I would judge like the women of your past. Like, if I just walk in the crib and you got a box of cereal, I'm out of it. I didn't need to be here.
Damn, shorties can't even eat cereal either.
No. First of all, lately men can't do anything. Men can't.
No, oh yo,
I'm debating if I'm about to want to turn this up right now or not on what he just said.
It's
But,
what
I'll do it. Our girls don't listen. Fuck.
no, but on what he said, basically, we can't do anything nowadays. It's just insane.
Men can't do shit.
At all, bro. I saw it.
We can't be happy. We can't have what the girls do, the soft life. Well, also, okay, there's two sides to this. Men, we still got to be men at
Of
some
course,
point.
100%.
Like, chop some wood,
build a house,
Build a house.
punch a duck. I don't know.
punch a duck.
But, I don't know. But also, like, we can't do shit. We can't smile.
We can't breathe.
We can't post pictures.
We can't look in a certain way.
We can't look away while the pic is going off. We can't use filter. We can't. Well, I don't. That's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can't do anything.
Can't do anything, bro.
I'm gonna learn y'all something. Watch.
Nah, I saw.
I'm gonna start
It ain't
telling.
gonna work.
I'm gonna just start telling the truth.
I saw.
It ain't gonna
I'm
work.
gonna just start telling the
Do what
truth.
you think is doing. That's the problem.
I'm
That's why it's not gonna work.
gonna start telling the truth when y'all take y'all 6-month break, and then come back and say I was doing a cleanse. No, I know what you was doing. I know, Dr. Klein.
No,
I don't know how I got here with
He's the
cereal.
homie.
Nah, I saw a tweet earlier. It was men waking up every single morning looking at to new terms and conditions to being a guy.
That's wicked, and that's true.
Bro, it's
And don't get me wrong.
it's
sometimes-
always something new.
It's always, and a lot of times I'm with the girls. I'm
No,
like, you know
of course,
what?
because the
'Cause
shenanigans.
niggas be tripping.
Yes, the shenanigans that motherfuckers
Oh,
be
niggas
doing
be
is
tripping.
wild.
Niggas
They want to be
tripping.
the baddies.
Yeah, and like some things we need to leave to later. But also, bro, if I want to post a picture of, I don't know, whatever photo, let me post my pig.
Yo, women really be making you feel bad for just wanting to do something you just
Just
want to
do
do.
something.
That's not hurting nobody, like at all.
So, yo,
like
I
you know,
swear,
you want to
I
make
swear,
you want to make a TikTok video. Grown ass men out here making TikTok videos. Go build a house, bro.
yo.
like, I'm just trying to chill.
Like,
I can't say that. I was gonna say,
Not
save it for Patreon.
Yeah.
Save it for
I
Patreon.
can't say that. I'll say anything, but that I can't say.
Like I just want to chill, bro. Like I
It's
can't just
wild,
like.
son. I want to
Yeah.
record this. I can't record this little nice, like, sunset. Like, that's crazy, bro. This shit wild.
Nah, bro. Listen, I've learned. There's so many things I've learned. Do not being on the internet as much these last 6 months and not podcasting, not having to look at all the shit that everyone does all the time for content. Men can't do shit, and also, whatever camera is mine, it doesn't matter which this one. Hey, I don't want to be in your close friends if it's not interesting.
I had a
Let
discussion.
me make that clear as fuck.
I had a discussion about this with a couple of people before, and it's like, yo, it's like, why you put me in the close friends if there's nothing going on? Like, I don't want to see you doing your toenails.
At all.
I want to see you cooking.
No, I want to see you cheating, fighting. I want that shit to look like the Zeus channel with Blueface and his girl.
Oh my
That's
God.
crazy.
That's
Zeus
what I
is the
want.
first thing that
Fighting.
came to mind.
Oh my God.
Cheating, whatever you do that you don't want.
Ratchet activity. you're
Yeah,
saying.
all of that. I don't want to see regular shit. Stop it. Just put it in your regular story. Because I see a green bubble. I'm trying to see what terrible shit you're doing that you don't want your girl to see.
Y'all niggas be eating cereal and y'all close friends.
Please.
You gotta let that go, bro.
I don't want to see your meal with a green bubble. I want you to be doing something you can't show everybody. Please. I want to see you lying, cheating, taking a tow boot off your car, stealing something, committing a crime. Please, I'm begging you.
Oh, the close friends.
Take me out of your close friends. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see the regular shit.
Isn't there like a new?
Thank you.
Isn't there like a new update on IG too with like notes or some shit like that? I haven't updated.
I don't have it. I think you're talking about how like have a status on your shit. I don't have that one yet, but I've seen it though. People could put like a little status on their profile. I don't have it either, but I know some people have.
It's like AIM.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's like a note you put for like 24 hours or some shit like that.
I hate when people get mad at little shit like that. Let people have fun, man. That's fine.
That's a fact.
People be scared to change, man.
That's fine.
That's all it is. People be scared to change.
Well, yeah, shit wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with cereal though. Moving on. So,
Joe, you gonna listen? You gonna keep this East Bronx shit
wrong,
there,
son.
right?
Why you have to make it a Bronx thing? It's not a Bronx thing. It's a Dro thing.
So about
Y'all from the same place.
Yeah, but I don't eat cereal.
And y'all grew up together, so what's next?
I don't eat cereal.
Y'all grew up together and y'all from the same place.
But I don't eat cereal.
I fuck with cereal. But I'm not gonna eat it every single goddamn day because there's no nutrition value to it. So.
I tell you, Joe lived like he just put a backpack on and just travels and figures out what's next.
No, not yet, bro.
He really doesn't. He's been like that for a decade.
I've been dying to travel, bro.
Dying to travel. You got stuck in Mexico for 6 months.
That's not, bro. That's different. But
Joe lives off the land.
Bro, I be getting jealous, son. I be getting jealous with people that be going traveling. I'm like, damn, bro, fuck. I'm in school. I'm in work.
Bro, you work 70 hours a week, my nigga. You can get on a little plane for a day or two.
I can't, bro. I can't.
What we got else? What else we got?
I want to. We can kind of, I guess, transition this into shout outs. I want to shout out the New York City nurses for taking a stand and being on strike.
Word, I seen that. It was yesterday, right?
It's been 3 days. I think
for 3 days.
Day 3, or by the time people are hearing this podcast,
it'll be a couple.
Day 5 of the strike. If it's continuing, we don't know shit.
Yeah.
But
It's two of the biggest hospitals in New York. It's Mount Sinai and Montefiore.
It's not all New York City nurses?
What?
It's not all New York City nurses?
Well, hospitals, nurses in the hospitals. Those two main.
Specifically, is it all New York City hospitals?
That I am not too sure. But if it is, we support you.
Yeah, I don't know shit, but yeah. Yeah, we support you no matter what. The stories I was hearing, I was speaking to some of my nursing friends, and they were telling me the horror stories, and I'm like, wow.
They're going through it, man. It's tough.
I think that shit was fucked up when the nurses was on the front line of COVID and everything, and then when they had forced everyone to get vaccines, and some of the nurses didn't want it, they fired them.
That was very fucked up.
That's just still, to this day, I still believe that's the most fucked up thing ever, bro.
Very fucked up. But the worst part about this is the hospitals that don't have nurses, they're flying in nurses from other state and like tripling their pay. So the nurses are like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We're asking for just
what's the budget then?
Like more, right? So more pay and no, they're asking for more staff. I don't even know if they're asking for more pay. I wish I had more.
But even to fly them out is still
you're
an
flying
expense.
them out and then paying them double,
and you got to pay for a stay, obviously. Also,
yeah.
That is crazy.
So striking workers say their hospitals, it's multiple, have failed to hire and retain enough nurses, creating a staffing shortage that is reducing the quality of patient care. It's tough, bro.
And this has been the thing since COVID.
They've spoken of beds being left on overcrowded hallways and nurses being forced to care for some dozen patients at a time. That's
not it, bro.
Yeah, they're not even asking for increased pay. They're just asking for help.
They actually need to be treated the way they should be treated.
That is crazy.
Says the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics projects that the U.S. needs more than 275,000 additional nurses from 2020 to 2030.
Wait, hold on. Nurses get paid a lot. Hold on.
So within a decade,
I'm about to be a nurse next week.
Within this decade, there needs to be at least more than 275,000 more nurses, bro.
You know what? That also brings me to think about. It's like when COVID was hitting and they were letting doctors like finish medical school early or nurses finish nursing school
I remember
early.
That too.
So
you said they bend the rules.
I mean, yeah. So at the time, I understood. I'm like, okay, we're in a state of emergency. Whatever has to happen to help people, you have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But also, it also lets me know that we're probably going towards a time where it might take less schooling to be a certified professional in these fields. So it's like,
cutting
Corners.
corners pretty much.
I mean, yeah, or like maybe making medical school a little bit shorter, maybe making nursing school having less requirements, because if there's a shortage in one of the biggest cities in the world, that's going to have a ripple effect. So, I don't know.
I'm kind of for that in a way.
Yeah, because,
Within reason, obviously, because you don't want no fucking nurse to just become a whole nurse off a Quizlet type
right.
shit.
Yo, and free my mans who was that nurse that they stay locking up for the past like 10 years.
Oh, that's my man too.
Yo, free him.
Man, that nigga always
They stay booking him for what? Let him be great.
faking everything.
Let him be
He
great.
fake being a doctor. He fake being.
You talking about the young
He
kid?
ain't kill nobody
You
though.
talking about the young kid?
Yeah.
He's getting.
No one lost a life, right?
That nigga, he gets
gotta get
out.
a bag,
He
bro.
gets out. He promised he'll never do it
I
again.
know
then
he's
does it
paid.
again.
I know he's paid. He gotta be paid.
He gotta be paid.
Shout out him. Free my son.
Yeah, bro.
They just booked him the other day.
Yo,
I heard he had a new profession.
Man, I hope you don't do enough.
That's a true hustle.
He go back to it too.
Grind don't stop.
Yeah, he don't stop.
Grind don't stop.
He don't stop. He go and be another fake doctor. He don't care. He don't
Shout
care.
out him.
Shout him out, man.
Word.
What else we got here? We can let's get to
Shout outs? Or
yeah, let's get to the shout outs. Oh, it's like, man, we ain't hit no more. We'll call that shit something else. Let's shout out Naomi Osaka for being pregnant.
Word.
That is fire, and
She
especially
took a break.
And
right?
she even announced in the pregnancy post she back at it next year.
Which is
Getting
tough.
back on court.
That's tough.
and
Pretty much letting motherfuckers know, like, listen, yo, I'm about to pop this baby real quick, and then I'm coming from
That's
W's.
gangster.
like the fact that she acknowledged her mental health was waning, and she took time to herself, and ended up now she's on a journey to become a mom, bro. That's fire.
Word.
That's fire. And shout out to her and Corday working it out.
Word.
Because
They were there for together, right? For a while.
No, well, they had broken up from what the reports had said.
Mm.
And I guess they, through her time, her break, and just probably having time to understand and know each other.
Reassess each other, yeah.
And, like, get back together. And now they're having a kid, bro. That's beautiful. Yeah.
Love that for them.
Shout out to the girls taking their guys back and all that. Shout out to the guys that whatever happened. I don't know.
Yeah, Cordae's got to like not do that weird beard mustache shit he was doing. That shit was crazy. He was
Yo.
doing
And that nigga, honestly, bro, he just, like, he could keep cool with the rapping, too. All right, see ya.
I agree. Though. I agree with you.
Like, we're good. Like,
Yeah, like it's
Probably,
cool.
I think I only heard
Just
like
be
maybe
great, bro.
one or two
As a-
songs
as a
maybe
father.
off it.
no, that first album was cool, but then after that, he started to grow up, and he's like, all right, we don't want to hear that shit.
Started rapping with Eminem and shit.
Yeah, it got
a little crazy.
it
You
got
know what I'm
weird.
saying? Like, nah, be cool.
Yeah, it started to get a little weird. So like, all right,
Yeah,
like,
just go be great in the family, man. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
like go be a dad.
That's
and
okay. That's
shit.
cool. You know what I'm saying?
It's cool to be a dad. So
Yeah.
like, why are you bothering us?
Just be a
Sing it up.
writer. Just be a writer.
Sing it up.
Honestly, you don't gotta do nothing, bro. She's straight.
Yeah, nah, she good.
She don't
I
want,
look
like,
forward to seeing her
50
back on
U.S.
the court.
Opens. She gonna get
Yeah.
a bunch more sponsorships, Nike, all that. Like,
I just don't need an album.
yeah, he could. You know what? The young rappers that I'm cool on, y'all can Twitch stream now. Like,
That's a
people
fact.
are paying to see y'all to see y'all
That's a
play
fact.
video games.
That's a
I
fact.
wish I had understood that.
Even just talking, because there's a section on Twitch that's literally just it's called just chatting.
Yeah, like if I had the setup and
That'd be dope.
understood
Hell
how
yeah,
that,
bro.
I'd stream.
I think twitching is fire.
Actually, I wouldn't do it, but
I think twitching is fire.
no,
though.
I think
Fire.
it's fire. I think it's fire. And
I think it's fire for like artists and athletes. Most of the time, especially if you're injured, like you got to rest.
And
Might
they-
as well get money. You
and
get
they
paid.
put that shit on YouTube now and shit, so it becomes like it's a piece of content.
Word.
So I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I just probably couldn't do it just because I just nah. So niggas be on stream for like 15 hours, and I just
Yeah, but they be having like 70,000 people in them rooms with them. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
no, that's fine. I love it. But shout out to her, man. Congrats to both of them. But in the midst of that, and this is why it's so important for the internet not to jump on certain shit, right? Where is this freaking this tweet from tennis.com. Where is this at? Where?
They say some ruthless shit or just
No, they said some. This is when was this? This was January 9th. It is, well, as you guys are listening to this, it is January 13th. But they released this tweet on January 11th.
Okay.
They said, two-time Australian Open champion Naomi Osaka won't play in this year's tournament and has been a non-factor as of late. At a certain point, her seeming indifference to the sport may cost her. I don't care to read more from this article,
Nah, that's wicked.
but
I'm sure a Caucasian person wrote that.
That's a spiteful ass person.
and then they have the nerve to tweet today, congrats to Naomi Osaka being pregnant.
Nah, don't double back.
These news outlets, these fucking these syndications that take joy in like bringing down black people, and the minute it's she's not playing because she's pregnant and she wants to focus on having her baby, but she's fallen off. She's been calling somebody who's a legend already in the sport a non-factor or irrelevant is nasty.
That's some hater shit.
Gross, and the fact that they haven't taken this tweet or this article down is disgusting. And also, I'm gonna get to a lot of disgusting shit that I've seen on the internet all fucking week. But I just want to say that I think it's tennis.com/baseline. Well, fuck whoever's involved. Yeah, and big shout out to Naomi Osaka and take all the time you need.
Even though she already gearing up for 2024 return.
But even if we don't get that, like
that's real athlete shit right there. The hunger.
The fact that y'all can tweet something one day and it's, oh, well, congratulations. Then admit you were wrong, write an apology, then take it the fuck down.
That's dick riding. That's all it is.
Ugh.
You know how these syndications do.
She's irrelevant.
Everything's for shock value, too, nowadays. And clickbait.
Unfortunately, yeah. That's all of what it is.
Going outside. Going outside.
Yeah, man. I also want to, this is a quick one. I don't know if you guys have listened to, but it's something I think everybody should listen to. Take a listen to Angie Martinez's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But she interviews people.
I've seen a couple of the episodes.
It is
all the episodes with like certain artists.
Artists, actors.
She's had Ashanti. She's had Laura London. She's had Joe Budden. Those are the ones that guys. So
her last one, Taraji P. Henson, was phenomenal. Who else? Yeah, she's just. Angie is the epitome of good media, talented media. There's no one that can get anybody to open up the way Angie does, and it's something and it's something that I think any interviewer should take account to making people feel comfortable enough to open up and speak their piece. You never hear Angie in any nasty shit. You never hear Angie in mess.
She's a legend for real.
Yeah, and her podcast is phenomenal, and she doesn't lean on what I say. Even a lot of us as content creators have to lean on. Talking about necessarily, number one, what's going on, two, having to, jump into the shock value aspect of things to get a reaction out of the people when she is just her. And she's been able to cultivate and create relationships by just being herself. And that's always a goal. Like, just being able to have genuine good relationships in an industry where all that shit is, like, fake and fickle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's just something I want to, highlight and say, shout out to Angie, man.
New York legend.
Yeah, she's amazing. But I think that's, unless y'all have other shout outs. We got a big one. Hold on. Joe, I think you put this in where we at? The Golden Globes.
Yeah.
I put that in, actually.
Oh,
yeah,
I put
whoever
one of y'all did.
Mm-hmm.
You did.
Abbott Elementary won a Golden Globe for a comedy series.
Mm-hmm.
Quinta Brunson won a Golden Globe for Best Performance by an Actress, and Tyler James Williams won a Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actor. Shout out to Abbott Elementary, man. This is a great-ass show. And they just got renewed for Season 3.
Yes, they did.
And Quinta Brunson is so funny, bro. She's hilarious.
I'm going to tell you something. That show is going to last 12 seasons.
We
don't got to look for the renewals. We don't got to worry about that.
That shit is
that
so
shit's not going
funny.
anywhere.
I'm all for it.
It's the new Modern Family, the shows that go on
The
for
Office,
10, 12
all that
years.
shit.
Yeah. Expect that.
Yeah, that show is hilarious.
ABC has found, because ABC, that network in particular,
has longevity with series that are successful.
And they look for, actually, I wouldn't even say, they just look for longevity in series. And they usually have one or two that last that long. Even if the series aren't that great, they look for one or two to try to cultivate that core audience to keep them going. It's just kind of like, okay, these two shows are going to pay the bills.
But for Abbott Elementary to win 3 Golden Globes
amazing.
in the middle of their second season is crazy.
Shout out to I believe it's Tyler James Williams.
Mhm.
His speech was amazing. Shout out to Mr. Brunch's speech. It was amazing. Like, bro, that show is phenomenal, and it doesn't get old. Like every
No.
episode you watch, I'm like, wow, this is.
It's just
fucking
it's
hilarious.
amazing. It reels you in. Like the concept is completely fucking funny. It's like it's
Such a good show, man.
It's just high.
The writing is amazing on
Yeah,
the
it's
show.
school
She's phenomenal.
and basically just the into the camera.
It's like
moments
it
and
gives
stuff.
you,
Yeah,
know,
it's
kind
the
of the office
office
vibes, but it's
vibes,
like,
which
you know,
is-
school, and it's very relatable, I would assume, you know, for people
Yeah,
in the school business. So shout out to all of them. I think that was very important to
for sure.
I also want to give a shout out to Angela Bassett,
word.
bro.
Her, she gave a heartfelt speech.
Bro.
Look at who y'all shouting at. Like, y'all seen the movie.
Yo,
Well, he's shouting out Angela Bassett. He's trying to like redeem
she's
himself.
bro. She's an amazing art actor.
Look at Namor.
But it's the first
Look at
time.
Namor.
Not shut.
That's crazy. Joe being Namor is
Look at
nasty.
Taylor. What they call him? Talala. What they call that nigga in the movie? What they call that nigga?
That's
Y'all
not-
know the name. Don't act like y'all know.
That's
I know you too, nigga.
Neymar.
Taylor.
Nice.
Nah, they call him. That was his nickname for.
Oh, yeah.
When he hooked up with the black people, he gave himself a cool
Yeah.
name.
I'm gonna say it sound racist.
But nah, bro.
Y'all,
it's-
it can't be racist to y'all.
She's an amazing. She's an amazing actor, bro, and it's the first time
We'll go back to
a Marvel character, a Marvel actor playing a character, an actor playing a Marvel character ever got a Golden Globe.
That
So,
is fire. And shout out to
No.
Angela Bassett, legend,
It's best supporting actor,
legend,
actress, actually.
legend.
And rest in peace, Chadwick.
For sure.
Still.
Nah, she's a legend and deservingly so. Deservingly so.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
her
bro, she
performance
had
in that
a-
movie
she had
was
a-
great too, though. She's
She
she's
played her
ill,
ass
bro.
off,
She's ill.
bro.
She's ill.
Forget this movie. Her playing that role for as long as she has in multiple movies,
She kills it, bro.
like she deserves
She
this Golden
kills
Globe.
it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm glad she got it. I'm glad she got it, man. I am so glad. What else we got here in pop culture?
But those are shout outs. Now we get into pop
Well,
culture.
yeah.
Let's get into the shits now.
All right, listen. I feel like these two large topics are going to be extended
Heavy.
and ultra serious.
Hmm.
So let's start. I want to start with Dana White and all the media pundits and all just it's just let me reel it back in.
Mm-hmm.
I think last week there was a video that came out. Dana White, who is the owner of UFC, rich, big white guy. And last week we just missed it, but he was at the club and his wife struck him, and he proceeded to punch her and strike her back 4 or 5 times in the club. Publicly, it came out. What do? Let me get, and I'll let you guys. Let me get our takes off clear here. Before anything, I don't ever believe you should put your hands on a woman.
Oh no, never, ever.
Simple, clear cut. I don't think anybody should be putting their hands on anybody, man or woman to man, man to woman. Cool, but Dana White is twice his wife's size. She reacted. She had a moment. I think, personally, as a man, I walk away. And if it's something that is a problem,
There's a time and moment for it.
I don't, like, you get hit by your wife, I don't know what sparked her to hit you. But also, to all the people that, you know, hey, if a woman puts her hand on a man, he shouldn't,
Allow.
she should expect a man to react. All that shit sounds good.
Yeah,
But I know you men out here, a nigga punch you and he punch you hard enough, you like, oh shit, well, I don't even want to fight for real, so stop.
Mm-hmm.
Enough. All right, so my stance on it is, personally, I'm not going to like it, and you may have I'm a human being just like everybody else is. But I don't see me being 3 times the size of, let's say, man or woman. Actually, let me stop. I'm lying there. 3 times the size of a woman and just wailing on her. If she smacks me in the face or, you know, anything like that. But also, I do stand on nobody should be touching anybody. A woman should not be putting her hands on a man should not be putting his hands on a woman. Now, Do y'all agree or y'all anything
No, I
else
agree
before
entirely.
I skip?
No, I
you know,
agree
I'll skip
entirely.
y'all?
Nope, I agree entirely.
You hitting the nail on the coffin, truthfully,
Cool.
bro.
Now to that, and and last thing I'm gonna put in, if you've been with somebody for 15 to 20 years, 30 years, there is something you can say that may spark that certain reaction. The way they interacted seems like that may not have been the first time that happened. So, hey, like I said, I don't know anything, none of my business. Cool. Now I'm watching the media cover this. And actually, I'm watching the media not cover this. I'm watching everyone gloss over this. I'm watching the people that I've looked up to in media say that Dana White's a great guy, that I'm not going to judge somebody at their worst moment. All this other dumb shit. So the issue that I have is that, well, that's not. Let me reel it back. I have a lot of issues with the way this has been covered. I have a lot of issues with how the minute somebody black does something, it's on ESPN for 8 weeks. I have a problem with Skip Bayless tweeting DeMar Hamlin shit, but I haven't heard a goddamn thing on whatever Fox 1 about Dana White.
Yeah.
I haven't heard. I watched Stephen A. Smith talk about Kyrie Irving for 8 weeks, and tell him now he's all these things. And I saw them do a 10-minute thing on Dana White. I watched I think it's Molly Kiram call Dana White. I'm not going to judge him, and everyone makes a mistake, and I've seen all of that.
Sounds like white privilege.
But these are minorities that are giving him the privilege.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I mean for Dana White, like white privilege for him.
Right? It's money privilege.
But definitely money privilege.
UFC is in big business with... Yeah, listen, I get that. UFC is in big business with ESPN. Cool. But I'm telling... If that was a black man...
Oh, he would have been out of here.
That put his
no,
hands
yeah,
on his wife the way Dana White
Bro.
put his hands on...
They would
What?
Would've
bro?
been outta here.
Media would have eat him alive, bro. You would have been hearing that shit on fucking
You would still be hearing it
Good
right
Morning America. You hear that shit on
now. It would still
Fox
be talking about it
News. Yeah,
today,
bro.
like in the mornings on news channels.
They would have been bashing him in all types of languages, all outlets, everything, bro. Because that's how, unfortunately, how it is. If you white-skinned, right-skinned, bro, they're going to let it go. But any shade darker than white, unfortunately, they're going to crucify you. And DV is a big thing. Domestic violence is a big, big thing.
When they want it to be.
Well, yes.
I watched Charles Barkley call Kyrie Irving a dumbass before a nationally televised game.
Mm-hmm.
I have not heard him call Dana White a single word for beating his wife in the club.
Shit wild.
And
They turn on you when they want, bro.
and here's the thing. You don't have to agree with how Kyrie Irving handled anything, because I don't. I think he handled things poorly. But it pales in comparison to what?
Mm-hmm.
Something on social media and not denounce. No, don't get me wrong. When the Kyrie Irving situation happened, I'm like, okay, bro, you could handle this a lot better, because I don't think you're a hateful person. You just don't want to succumb to apologizing to the masses. I get that. But the way the media attacked him and was carrying on how he has to meet demands, I don't hear anything about this man beating his wife up in the club.
You know what's the funny part? You know who will be the person to echo it and blow it up? One of the Paul brothers, Jake Paul.
Jake
him
Paul.
and
Because
Paul
Jake is the younger one. I mean, the older one.
No, Jake Paul. Logan Paul's the older
Well,
one.
Logan, oh, yeah.
I don't all the way believe that, because I think they all hang out and they all that shit that they do, and that's the difference with I think new content, and especially white content creators. You don't know what's real and what's fake.
True.
You really have no idea. You can't tell. I think they like, because they all go to the UFC fights and they're safe, and like the way they talk about Dana White in real life, you're dealing with minority. Hey, now we're not with none of that. So I think they all kick it and they all hang out. And it's all part of this big ass white agenda because what's the name? Logan Paul's in trouble too for that stupid ass crypto scam he got going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because all these guys, it's like they dead ass know they're gonna be okay no matter what, and it's like us as the people that not us, but the media figures that we idolize, like they idolize them because they have all the money. Dana White being a billionaire, millionaire who owns this big ass company, that's why he's like, all right, cool, like, and I'm gonna show y'all, if y'all have not heard, his response when he was asked about it. Hold on, let me get to this shit because this shit, I could not believe this shit.
It's white privilege.
I could not believe this shit.
And money privilege, also, as you said.
I cannot. Hold on. Let me pull this clip. I could not believe this shit when I heard this shit.
I mean, what should the repercussions be? You tell me. I take 30 days off. How does that hurt me? I mean, I told you guys when we were going through COVID could last 10 years. I could sit it out and, you know what I mean? What would be the problem? The only, it's much like COVID, actually. You know, me leaving hurts the company, hurts my employees, hurts the fighters. Doesn't hurt me. I could have left in 2016. You know what I mean? I don't know. What's the do I need to reflect? No, I don't need to reflect. The next morning when I woke up, you know what I mean? I've been against this. I've owned this. I'm telling you that I'm wrong. And but listen, I mean, we've had plenty of discussions internally with Ari, ESPN. Nobody's happy. Nobody's happy about this. You know, neither am I. But it happened. And I have to deal with it. And what is my punishment? Here's my punishment. I got to walk around for however long I live. Is it 10.4 years or is it another 25 years? And I gotta. This is how I'm labeled now. My other punishment is that, you know, I'm sure a lot of people, whether it be media.
I think that's enough.
That's really crazy.
It's right.
It's really sick.
That mental.
That shit sounded like it does not face him.
Like, it didn't affect him at all, bro.
He said, "What's that gonna do? What you want me to do? It's happened." I said, "Sorry."
This shit's so regular.
To him. And just to whoever was, like, viewing
No, yeah.
it. And,
In the
like,
situation, it's
around
so
him.
regular. It has not faced him. Because he knows he's good.
Shit is wild.
Man, yeah, listening to that, I was just like, bro, there is no shot. Like, and the media won't hold him accountable.
Nope.
His peers.
Or
I was
just
like,
brush it off.
it's just
like,
like, all
nothing.
right, whatever.
Like, that's just Dana being
Shit
Dana.
happens. Like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and be absent to mind to say, hey, anybody can put their hands on anybody without a reaction. But his reaction was over the top, aggressive, should never be done. Like, no.
The fact he could just sit there with a mic and just talk like
And
that
just
is
say,
crazy.
yo, what's gonna happen to me?
It's really
He
crazy.
said, I'll be good for the rest of my life. Nothing's gonna change. That should be a spit to all. That should be a spit in the face to all
Everyone.
media, women. Like, but guess what? We don't hear about it. We don't hear about shit. We're too busy attacking each other all the time, caring about what podcast is it. Like, bro, this is the shit. Like, what?
Yeah.
Bro, I listened to that show. I was sick to my stomach. I was like, bro, what the fuck?
It's sad.
It was in HD.
Yep.
Quoting 4K on camera, just talking.
And that man said, what's going to happen?
He's like,
He said, yeah, they wasn't happy about it, but you know.
Ain't anything going to happen to me, which is insane.
Now I got to walk around like, bro.
Yeah, people know I hit it. Yes. And I couldn't look and see. That's not the first time you did it.
Yeah, because how snooty he
And
is.
it's not going to be the last.
Nah. Unfortunately.
And that's what's fucked up.
Yeah, unfortunately, to his partner.
It's really crazy.
Oh, man.
Fuck Dana White.
Yeah, I don't. And the thing is, I don't watch or subscribe to none of that shit. I don't know enough about the UFC. I don't watch the shit. I'm not interested in the shit. So to me, it's like, all right, like, you know what I mean? I'm more so concerned that nobody gives a fuck.
Type shit. At all. No coverage.
And
or
not
anything.
necessarily our minority community, because it's like, or, you know, I don't know if everyone's into the Dana White, but I'm talking about major media. Who I watched talk about Kyrie Irving for like 4 straight months.
Yeah.
And forget about. Let's not even touch on the anti-Semitic tweets because that's wrong. And however Kyrie had to deal with that, he had to deal with that. Cool. But even the COVID
Situation.
the refusal to get a vaccine, and mind you, I'm vaccinated, to get a vaccine, and for him to be berated how he was on a sports network.
Mm-hmm.
A sports network. When the last thing when it came to Kyrie Irving, never talked about sports. It was, okay, Dana White's friend, he's a friend, and he's a good guy, and he made a mistake, and what? When it came to Kyrie Irving, it was, I don't know what this is. I don't necessarily want to put this in my body, but he's a dumbass. He's all these things, bruh.
But they
Double
ran
back as
Kyrie's
well.
name to the ground when it came to that.
It's disgusting. It's gross.
Very pick and choose, unfortunately. Very
People
pick
are
and choose.
fickle.
I've never been more disappointed in major media in my life, honestly.
I mean, it goes back to what Derek said. It's the shock value. It's not gonna grab people's attention, unfortunately. It's always been like that with the media too. It's like, okay, Dana White hit his wife, cool, but what happened to the Pistons in this game type shit? Like, it's not gonna grab that attention, unfortunately.
And also to answer Dana White's question, since it seemed like no one had an answer to his stupid ass question. What is that? What's anything gonna do to me? What am I gonna take 30 days off? Cool. Hey, to anybody that I don't know, does anybody, can we look up, is UFC a public company?
It might.
The same way the NBA forces owners to sell when they get caught in a cheating scandal or whatever the case may be. A cheating scandal or a racist scandal, inappropriate workplace stuff. The same way those owners are usually forced out by some higher powers, because I'm sure there are always higher powers at work. You mean to tell me nothing can be done?
It says UFC is a publicly traded company.
Cool, which means it has a board of directors, which
Yeah.
means it has stakeholders, which means there's a lot of more money.
As a father company, Endeavor Group Holdings, the parent company of the Ultimate Fighting Championship.
So that means Dana White does not own the UFC outright, which means there is something that can be done.
Yeah.
That's as simple as it gets.
It became now part of the public traded company in 2021, April.
Something can be done. And there has to be a board, there's corporate, there's executives. Something can be done to remove him.
I mean, it could probably grab backlash in some time, probably. Some of the
There's
fighters.
nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to happen.
It means nothing. Look at Vince McMahon in this situation.
That situation as well, too.
You know what I mean?
I heard, so the whole Vince McMahon thing, I have no idea what happened.
So
I heard half of it was fake, some of it was real.
Nah, you want me to tell you exactly what it is?
We're
Because
here.
we touched on it briefly a couple of months ago
We here.
when Andres was here, I believe.
When he was being inappropriate and touching on girls that he shouldn't have.
Yeah, so basically what initially happened was Vince McMahon, what was found out was that Vince McMahon was using company money to pay hush money to women because he was having an affair with the people behind the scenes, and it became public information that he was using company money. So then an investigation from WWE went into that situation, and numerous women ended up coming out saying that they were paid off by him, like whether it be a couple of years ago or like a decade ago. So he ended up retiring because he had no choice, because the public backlash was just continued to grow, wasn't stopping. So he stepped down from being the chairman of WWE for a couple of months. His daughters took his place as a co-CEO with another person who's been there for like over a decade. And now recently, after the last 8 or 9 months since he's been gone, the company has been doing way better because the fans of WWE have not liked the direction Vince McMahon has gone in for the last couple of years. They said the product has been garbage or whatever. So Triple H is in charge of basically bringing people back, and that Vince McMahon has once fired for budget cuts, so he said. And he was now also Triple H is responsible for like the storylines and stuff like that goes on a week-to-week basis. And the product has been the best it's been in a very long time. And now within the last week, Vince McMahon has managed to come back on board as executive chairman, I believe it was. Let me look at the actual term of what it was. It says Vince McMahon is executive chairman of the board again. And Stephanie McMahon, his daughter, who was the co-CEO for the last couple of months, resigned from WWE. Triple H is still there as the chief content officer, who's still in charge of like the talent and the storylines and stuff like that. But that's just as of right now. And the sole CEO is the other person who was co-CEO with Stephanie McMahon, who's been there for like over a decade. But they're saying Vince McMahon stated the reasoning for him getting back into WWE is to sell the media rights to the company, to because I guess he wants to sell the company to the highest bidder, obviously. And there's been talks that Saudi Arabia is the buyers or the people who want to purchase WWE as a company.
Yes.
WWE has had pay-per-view events for Saudi Arabia once or twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they make a lot of their money.
Yes.
Granted, they make money everywhere, but that's like they make a lot of money
they're big,
with their
yeah.
pay-per-views in their deal with Saudi Arabia. That's why they always get the big names and the legend names to wrestle in Saudi Arabia.
They got enough money to fucking pay
But
out.
basically, Vince McMahon just bullied his way back into WWE because he's a large portion of like the shareholders, and everyone is just not okay with it. You know what I'm saying? He's actually, it came out today, that a class action lawsuit has been launched against Vince McMahon. A shareholder is suing Vince, accusing him of using his 81% voting control to illegally control WWE and threaten to interfere with media rights.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really crazy. There's a lot of shit going on in WWE right now.
Oh, no, yeah.
And shit is very all over the place.
Throughout the whole day, it was just a lot of people just wondering whether or not if the company sold or not. Truthfully, I thought it sold.
Yeah, I heard that the whole Saudi Arabia thing is fake, and I don't know shit about WWE. I'm not gonna pretend I do.
And it was
But-
it was confirmed that like he did pay that money and he did use company's money to pay off those women. I think it was about 14 million in totality.
Shit.
And that whole investigation that he did use to pay off those women. Like that was confirmed,
Hey man,
which is why he ended up stepping down 9 months ago.
It's just wild, man.
that's a lot.
Yep.
Yeah. WWE makes a lot of money. But that is a lot of money to pay
Hey,
off.
conglomerate,
Rich
pretty
white
much.
men are gonna rich white men.
Mm-hmm.
That's really the end all be all of this story, and the fact that no one holds them accountable, that too many people are in business with these rich white men to do anything.
You see, but that's what's cool that's what's the positive, I guess, about what's going on with the WWE situation. Because all the fans are not happy with this because all the fans have said for the last couple of years that Vince McMahon has ruined the product for the last couple of years, and it's finally headed in a better direction, storyline-wise, talent-wise, and shit like that. And now Vince coming back, everyone is worried that he's going to ruin everything again. He's going to fire a lot of the talent that was rehired that he originally fired because of budget cuts and blame budget cuts again. Everyone, there's even talks, a lot of wrestlers in the company had said that they would probably leave the company if WWE got sold to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Which I heard was like just a publicity stunt.
Nah, I don't think it was a
I didn't hear- I
publicity
just saw
stunt.
it,
I
but
think it's
I
just
didn't hear
I think
shit.
it's just a popular speculation because of how locked in WWE has been with Saudi Arabia in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I don't know shit.
Because Vince and I don't know, Saudi Arabia has like a
The public funding. Well, not public funding, but it's the Saudi Arabia funding.
they don't have like a president. They have like a
It's a.
the leader of Saudi Arabia.
don't ask me.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but whoever's in charge of fucking Saudi Arabia, like the king or the prince, whatever the fuck over there, like Vince McMahon is super locked in, and they have a crazy financial deal, which is why WWE has pay-per-views over there, once or twice a year. But yeah, that just also falls in line, similar to this Dana White situation, in which like rich white older men who have created these brands can just get away with whatever the fuck because they have to deal with the consequences of any of the repercussions of their actions.
Yeah. I mean, that is pretty much the telltale of the world we're in.
Corporate greed.
Wow.
I hope that summed that up well enough.
No, I mean, I'm sure. I wish I had more information on that.
They need to be an HBO Max doc on this Vince McMahon shit. I'll tell you.
Oh, no,
Yeah, I
it
feel
will.
like he has-
And there definitely will be.
It definitely
There
will be.
definitely will be.
100%. They're going to catch heat, but
His-
it'll definitely be out there.
His doc is coming out.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's just too much shady shit that he's done over the
But
years.
all in all, I think all media, we need to do a better job of holding, no matter how powerful these people are, holding them accountable. And like I said, I also do understand, and I don't want to be super ignorant to the fact that ESPN, which means Stephen A. and Molly and all them up there, they are in an enormous amount of business with UFC. And I don't know if Stephen A. and I don't know if I'm not gonna. I don't know if I would be willing to risk my job to say something like that, because everyone has a livelihood to protect. But that is also the responsibility of media to say what's right.
Of course.
And
the truth.
especially somebody as powerful to black men as Stephen A. For the most part, don't get me wrong, he be saying some bullshit. He be doing some bullshit, but it's not right that the way he's attacked certain people, that Dana White is not getting the constant attack. You know,
on his actions.
and people aren't removing him and trying to get at least even if it's not really happening, to say, hey, we've removed him from UFC proceedings. The fact that he still gets to do every UFC press conference, that he's just like, he gets
Going about his day like nothing.
the fact that he gets to make that statement is the problem. He should not be front facing to the company, at the very least, even if he, like, you know, shows some solidarity, like to the victim, even if his wife they're still together. That's not the point. It's a precedent you're setting. So that's my piece, man, and don't mean the responsible black guy. That's it. Don't mean the responsible black guy here. What else we got? I wanted to play this as well because I thought this was interesting. I want to get you guys' thoughts on this. So, yeah, I want to get you guys' thoughts on this. 50 Cent pretty much, he went on Big Boy. He was saying how depression is a luxury, and he hasn't had he doesn't get the wherewithal or the space to be depressed. Let me play it so I can get his exact words.
Now it's at work, don't feel like being it. But they got responsibilities, so that's all. And I think the things you go through make you who you are. And in my journey, like, there's certain things that I'm not really, I don't even let it into my system like that. Like I think depression's a luxury. Wow. Because where I'm from, you can't afford to be depressed. You got to pay the bill, right? Right. So you got to go to work. You got to get up. You got to go do what you got to do. You got people right now that's at work don't feel like being it. But they got responsibilities, so they feel uncomfortable while they're working, while they're doing what they got to do. Like, when these guys get in a slump and they just decide that they're not going to do anything, I'm like, where they do that at? Right. Even when you're on the street, you got a pack. You just decide not to come outside. Yeah. I think.
What do you fellas think? Talked enough. What do you guys think?
That whole shit just sounded mad insensitive. That whole thing sounded insensitive.
Okay.
First of all, I feel like a majority of 50 Cent's life has been documented as something that can come off as depressed, or depressing, rather. Granted, I understand what he's trying to say.
The angle that he's trying.
I understand what he's trying to
put it
convey
out, yeah.
with having to always, pay the bill. You don't got time to be depressed, but like, he also explained why people be depressed.
Type shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people who, have jobs. They don't want to have jobs, and they have to do things they don't want to do. Like, that's what causes depression.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's just an insensitive perspective to have on it, because you think, well, because you have to cover the bill and you have to keep a push. Like, that actually sounds like depression. Like, what he's saying sounds like it's depression. You know what I'm saying? Granted, maybe not to such a severe level, but it sounds like someone who would be depressed because you have no choice but to worry about paying the bill and keeping it pushing. So it sounds insensitive and also sounds contradictory to, like, a certain capacity. I understand what he's trying to say, but I just don't think
He achieved it.
yeah.
I mean, I get the message of what he's saying, because in the depending on your environment.
And I think to say depression is a luxury is fucking crazy.
Now that statement, 100%,
That's crazy.
I retract on that. I would want to say I want to piggyback off on what he said. Basically, you have no time to be sad and all that stuff like that. Because sometimes the sadistic, sad truth is, depending on where you live. Like for instance, New York. Yo, bro, you ain't got time to be sad. You got to pay bills. Bills don't wait for you, bro. It's the first and the 15th, if anything. So. But I'm not saying, fuck your mental health, go work that bum ass job, flip them burgers, and fuck your life. No, obviously, no. You put yourself first. But it pushes you and motivates you. It should, I'm assuming, unless I don't know, anyone who would want to be in that low state of mentality or just, your grind, just willingly accepting the position you're in. But I agree and I disagree with what he's saying. I understand what he wanted to say, but like you said, his life has always been publicized. Like he's from Queens. He had a tough life. He got shot at 9 times, this and that, third, and he did come out the mud. But it's a different time. That shit happening now is way different compared to when it happened before. And his upbringing, yeah, he hustled for it, but I mean, he fucking sold crack and all that shit. So it's different. But it's insensitive, 100%, 100%, very insensitive. Mental health is a big thing now. Even though everyone jokes at it, especially with men, but it's a big thing now, and it should be continuing to be a big thing. But I don't think depression is a luxury. It should be a motivational factor to better yourself, if anything. But
yeah, I don't think the comment was malicious at all.
Yeah.
I just think he just had a poor way of conveying what he
type shit.
he uses to push himself,
Yeah.
or how he views the perspective of a depressed individual, probably.
But and then again, I don't want to cop out saying 50's 50 because he's always had that type of characteristic of
Yeah,
like
I hate that excuse.
of
I don't
like
want to say I hate because I think people shouldn't use.
It's
the
a
word
cop-out.
hate. I dislike the excuse of X is X or Y is Y.
So that he's gonna do that type
People need
shit.
to be accountable.
No,
for
100%,
What they say
100%.
and how they say it. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. So
What's your opinion on that, John?
I'm gonna offer a lot of pushback here. First, I don't. Something I've realized by watching interviews and seeing them, I don't like when we feel like the artist is in a way supposed to be responsible, because he's only speaking from how he's felt throughout his entire life, or how he feels at the moment. So I don't. I think if that's how he feels, that's what it is. For me, I don't see what he was saying as something that is super striking to mental health. Everybody knows I'm the biggest mental health advocate, therapy all these years. Like, that does not, even me having to preface that is like, ugh. But in terms of even listening to that small clip, and I did watch the whole interview, but evaluating that small clip, because that's what we played, I understand what he's saying, because I've been there, where I don't get to sit around and turn the lights off. I don't get to do that. Actually, I was my best friend, my grandmother, in a 10-day span. I couldn't just fall off the wagon as much as I wanted to. I don't get to fall off the wagon.
What's fall off the wagon to you?
It could be anything. It could be, forget the financial aspect of it. I couldn't fall off the wagon emotionally. I have responsibilities emotionally. I have a mother that depends on me because she just lost her mom. I have a tribe that needs me because we just lost somebody. I have an environment to create for people to feel safe now. I have people to reach out to, and I have people to make sure that they're okay. Because that is the role and I'm speaking from maybe what 50 was saying, is the role he's playing in people's lives, is I don't get to do that. I don't get to just, all right, I'm going to just dip off, disappear, not be of value, and, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I was like, okay, yeah, I agree, maybe it wasn't the best delivery in how you're saying it. But in terms of him being like, hey, I don't get to just dip off. There's people that depend on me to wake up every day. So I don't get to just turn it off, cut the lights off, be sad, be depressed. There's nothing wrong with that, and if that's what you need at the time. But he's saying, from what I'm understanding, I don't get to do that. I don't get the chance to do that. And like I said, I understand it because as much as I, don't get me wrong, and I said this, there is no way I'm even here, even to this day, every day I wake up without the tribe that has been supporting me. Because I want that to be super clear, but I still got to be a partner. I still got to be a son. I still got to be a brother. I still got to be, I'm the oldest child. I'm a financial breadwinner for my family. So I don't get to just.
So does that make it a luxury that other people don't have that strength?
I think when you switch the word strength to responsibility, I think it's a different conversation.
Either or.
I don't think that's either or though. That's what I'm saying. That's not a strength. That's a responsibility you have. Those aren't synonyms.
They're not synonyms, but you need to have the strength to be able to carry that responsibility.
And that's what he's saying is, from what I'm garnering from what he's saying is, hey, whether I think I'm strong or not, this is what I signed up for. Especially going back to what Joe's saying, if I'm in the streets, and niggas is dying every day. For somebody, and I understand that. I'm in the streets, niggas dying every day. I don't get the chance to not continue to be in the streets. Like, the streets don't stop because somebody got hurt on my watch. It don't work like that. It's not, okay, homie got killed, I'm going to be sad, so the streets, they're going to stop spinning or they're going to stop. That's not how that works, unfortunately. That's just not how it works. I don't get the chance to, all right, I don't want to do this. No, it's not how it works, man. That's just not how the game goes. And depression and mental health is some of the most, I think, the most dangerous thing in the world. Not mental health, but I'm saying depression is the most dangerous thing in the world because it's something you can't control. You don't know what day is going to hit you. You don't know how you're going to react. You don't know when you're going to have that bad day. And I think...
So how is that a luxury?
I think what 50 is saying is that when you're not in the space where you have to worry about, or just worry about, not even grind. I take grind away because that's I hate necessarily grind culture, but I think from what he was expressing, like I said, he probably didn't express it the best, but from trying to just offer some pushback and understand what he's expressing, I think what he's expressing is, hey, there are some of us that don't have the luxury, because he's used luxury to just shut it down. I can't shut it down.
I feel like when you use the word, not you, I feel like when anyone would use the word luxury, it's a choice. Using the word luxury means it's a choice.
I agree.
And some people don't have the choice to be depressed.
Mental health is a disease just like anything else.
Exactly, and that's why I feel like it's insensitive. I understand what he's trying to convey. I think it's just a poor choice of words.
But what he's also saying is, it's the ultimate choice to try to beat that shit.
Yeah, but some people aren't strong enough.
And I think what he's saying is, for him in his life, what he's seen, his experiences is, bro, I can't relate to you just deciding, nah, I'm done now. Or nah, I can't get with this right now. I'm not saying it's the most correct thing on the planet, because there's aspects of the interview that I said that I disagreed with. But in terms of just trying to understand where he was coming from, because everybody's gonna say, like you said, 50 is 50. But this wasn't malicious 50. This wasn't coming.
No, that's why I said I don't think it was malicious. I just think it was a poor choice of words.
This was him,
and it comes off as insensitive. I understand what he was trying to say.
Even if you switch luxury out with, depression is something people are able to go through that I can't.
That's better though.
Because it's the same thing.
It's not.
I don't see the difference.
Because luxury sounds like it's a privilege.
What it sounds like and what it is that's just semantics.
But luxury is a privilege.
What do you mean?
For you to have the luxury to do anything as a privilege.
If he said depression is a choice, that sounds worse to me.
No, hell yeah.
That sounds way worse than luxury. If he said depression was a choice, as opposed to
I think those are both wrong.
But what I'm saying, but what I was saying before is that him saying, "Hey, going through depression is a choice I just didn't have." To me, those are just semantics.
No, yeah, but they matter though, because not to compare the two. But Dana White, we just said, has the luxury to do what he does. because he gets there's no consequences to his actions. Vince McMahon has the luxury to do what he can because there's no consequences to his actions. So when you say luxury, it sounds like it's a privilege.
Yeah, but you're just using those in different contexts. If 50 says you have the luxury, if 50 goes, hey, you have the luxury to be depressed because you don't have people you're responsible for, I don't necessarily take that offensively. Like, I understand where he's come from. Like, okay, like, if you see, let's say say the word luxury, right?
I think that's what offsets this. That word
hear
specifically.
That, but like I said, once you see past it, to me, it's just semantics. Because I can tell my younger brother, hey, you have the luxury to run around, do whatever you want because you don't have responsibilities. Luxury in the same context technically gets the job done in terms of what I'm trying to say. It's just maybe in that sentence, it looks nasty, but when you look at it, it's like, okay, I can see where you're going with this. It's not the right way to put it because I don't think everybody knows me. Mental health is not. I don't play with that. It is literally probably the most important thing to me. My mental health, everyone's mental health, it's of such value to me. But the way that word luxury can be put in, hey, you have luxury to do this because of this. He's using it. It's just probably not in the best context. But if I look past that, I can 100% see him saying, hey, let's once again remove the word luxury and say, I haven't had the chance or the choice to be a person that can kind of bow his head when things go wrong because there's too many people in this world that count on me. You know what I mean? But I 100% see where you guys are coming from, though. I 100% get it. I get it. But, we have to debate on this podcast.
No, yeah, for
Just
sure.
agree on
Of course.
But, no,
That's why I said I understand where he's coming from, and I don't think it's malicious. I just think he just worded it poorly. Or he could have articulated his message or sentiments better.
But that's why I always say, that's why I said at the beginning of this, I don't like when we ask artists to give their raw opinion on things or their raw saying on things. Because then we're trying to make them say shit.
Them.
I like that it came out raw and uncut like this because it makes me, that is, I do agree with your saying, like, X is X, but this is 50.
Yeah.
50's going to say what's on his mind, and that's why we love 50. Sometimes the people we love that do it, we like, all right, like, Kanye, you got to chill out, boss. But, like, but 50, like, also during this interview, let's stay here. I like to hear him say maybe the wrong word, and he's not finna, all right.
Yeah.
Because that's his MO. That's like his bag, and not like his bag like he does it for fake. That's just who he is. That's his character.
Because the same way I don't want us to be super critiqued if we say something wrong or use the wrong word. Yeah. It's like, all right, like, that's 50. And if you listen to the whole thing and listen to the context of it,
it's about understanding.
You get it.
Yeah, it's about understanding.
You get it. And when I'm listening to this, I'm like, I get it, bro. It's not maybe luxury can or cannot be the wrong word, but I don't even think about that. I'm like, all right, the semantics of the conversation is we don't get to shut it down. We don't get to chill. We don't get to turn it off. Somebody got to be paid here. The bill got to be done here.
Yeah.
I got to, the show got to go back on at some point because when in reality, all you want to do is shut it down, turn the lights off, and see what life going to do to you too. But, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I get that. I get that because that's what I heard. I'm like, all right, that's what I hear. I don't hear, the headline. You know what I'm saying? That the internet tends to paint.
For the clickbait.
I mean, you know how that goes, man.
Mm-hmm.
He also apologized to Meg Thee Stallion in this interview.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did. He said he apologized for his public discernment of Meg because he said the public media and the public perception painted her as, and he said her Galen view painted her as a liar. And he said, then, as more information came out after the verdict, I thought, oh, I know what's going on here. And he said, yeah, I was wrong. I was wrong. And I think we should just normalize that immediate. Hey.
Accountability. And admitting when you were just
wrong.
Yeah,
I was wrong. Like, he can admit, hey, I was wrong. If you say something discerning in public, apologize in public.
And that's a lot to get from 50, I think.
I mean, it's just...
Because he just be fucking around.
As you get older and you really be like, yo, bro, I was bugged out for saying that out loud.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. And, like, that's it.
Like, it shows growth.
He didn't hurt nobody and do nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, He was like, hey, man, I shouldn't have said that about that girl in public. I got more information. I was wrong. I walked that back.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, I think that is dope, fire, and more people in power should do that.
I agree.
Speak on Raw.
Yeah, just speak however it comes out.
Yeah.
And if you say something wrong, you correct it after.
Mm.
Like I always say, apologize after. Do it in because like just do what you feel, do what's in your heart, because you learn from it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta learn.
You gotta learn. Like you gotta make the mistake to learn. So it's like, oh, I'm gonna say what I want to say. And do. I don't see 50 ever apologize for saying what he said because I know he wholeheartedly believes that, and I get where he's coming from. He's not finna change a word for nobody. But in terms of the Mac thing, I thought, oh, that's dope. Like him saying, bro, I was wrong. I didn't have all the information. Nobody had all the information. Cool. Once I had all the information, hey, I was fucked up. I was wrong. I'm sorry. For 50 being a super gangster tough guy.
Yeah,
I
that's what I
was
said.
wrong. I'm sorry.
It's
Fuck that.
surprising to come from him because it's not in his character usually. He like just fucks around and
But
it's a
that
funny
be-
guy on
but-
social media.
But that be the thing. Like, people take what the internet portrays as his character. 50
But he rides with that too, though.
in reality, I mean, it makes his millions.
Which
of dollars.
which is cool. I'm not saying anything wrong
But
with
in
it.
the reality, when you look at 50 history, 50 done. He took care of a bunch of guys
Mm.
that were not even close to successful as he was. Took him on tour. Like, you can still hang out with Yayo for what? I don't know. But like, if you really look at it, like, he stays a solid guy.
Yeah.
But what he chooses to show you is what the internet wants to see. Y'all want to see the demon, like, all right, cool. I'm gonna just stay I'm gonna stay who I am. You know what I'm saying? And 50's ruthless, which I've always appreciated.
So does it mean you can watch the 8 Mile TV show?
I watch everything 50 Cent. There's nothing 50 Cent does I don't watch. As long as Eminem's not actually in it, like,
You know Eminem's going to be in it.
oh, well, he's gonna be the 70-year-old version of himself. What the fuck?
Would you be surprised?
No.
There you go.
Actually, no. No. I'm gonna take that back. 50 don't make bad shows, except the Power with Tommy in it. That shit is ass. That shit stinks. It's him fighting Russians. It's just a white mess. And
And that was the one everyone wanted too.
Yeah.
Nigga, yuck. Take it the fuck away. Where's Tariq wild ass?
He might play Eminem.
Whatever.
What else we got?
Nah.
What else we got?
But yeah, that's it. What else we got? We got. I don't think we have anything more in pop culture. Yeah.
White people wilding?
Okay.
Do you have something that you want to talk about on White People Wildin'? Because it sounds like you do.
Start us off, Joe, with whatever you like on there. I realize.
Yeah, because we
only
bypassed that,
two.
so you have something that you want to
No,
talk about.
It's only two.
I also realized Joe can't see the screen.
Word.
I also realized, like,
We completely bypassed the section. But if you have something you want to talk
I mean,
about.
it's the homie that wants to go to jail, bro. So
I know nothing about this. So let me click on it.
So there was a man in Vegas. He told the police he claimed to have a bomb at a Las Vegas Strip resort last week, so he would be locked up according to the arrest report. So
Before you ask, yes, he is. But go ahead.
yes, to everyone who's hearing and watching him or something, he is white, and he basically lied about having an explosive, and he did it all because he wants to be in jail. And his words are, and I quote, "Give me a second. It's better in there than out here." Now
that is what a depressed nigga does.
Yeah, I was say that
No.
sounds
Like,
really sad.
That is the shit 50. Like
That's the
okay,
shit he's talking about.
That's the
But
shit
yeah.
50 talking about. Oh, you get to just decide. All right, fuck it. He probably don't got nobody to give a fuck
bro,
about him.
39 years old, did not have
Nigga, young,
weapons on him.
Young.
How old
Said
is he?
did not, 39.
39. That is young.
No weapons on
Let
him.
me see his face again.
Yeah, he looked.
No, he looked 89,
He
bro.
looked bad, bro. That
looked-
shit-
homie
years
looked
was
bad.
not kind to him. But yeah, he said, and I quote, "It is better." When asked why Delaretto, his last name, wanted to go to jail, he responded, "Because it's better in there than out here."
Man,
That nigga gave that casino mad money.
let me tell you something. That nigga realized in prison you get 3 square meals, some clothes, and if you hang out with the white people, they leave you alone there if you cool to them. That nigga is hungry.
That nigga lost it
And
all.
this is
That nigga
the
lost
shit-
all his money, his wife, his family in that casino.
This is what 50 talking about.
Yeah,
He don't got no response, don't give a shit, so I get to just shut it
he
down.
just want to be in there,
I
free
get to
healthcare
sh-
and everything.
I get to shut it down. If something happened to me, if I'm sick, I go to the doctor. If I got, you don't got to pay for nothing. See? Shout to 50. See?
But
See what happened?
that's pretty much it.
See what
That
happened?
one. The other one is not that. It's just a pigeon. But niggas is walling in Canada. So yeah.
Wow. Shout? No, I'm not shouting. No,
Don't-
nigga fake. Well, actually, nigga fake the bomb threat. There's no harm in that.
There's mad.
No,
harm
there
in
is,
that.
bro.
There's so much harm in that. What do you mean?
That's I
Oh,
think
oh shit.
I think it might be terrorism or
That's what?
shit.
Yes, it is terrorism.
Yeah, it's
Yes, it
terrorism, right?
is.
And there's something else. I think false accusations. I think I'm not too sure.
Bro, it's terrorism.
Yeah, but who it
But
hurt?
yeah.
Who it hurt for real? Think about it.
Bro,
Moving
that's
on.
not okay.
Moving on.
Who got hurt?
That's like when you go to a movie theater, you're not supposed to yell fire.
Yeah, because we're in an enclosed room with a bunch of.
You're saying you have a bomb in a building.
Word.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yes.
Yikes. Yeah, lock his ass up.
Throw away the key.
He's a white, so get that criminal off the streets.
Oh my god.
Get that thug off the streets.
Call Gunna to get him off the streets.
Crime watchers.
Call Gunna crime watching ass.
Oh my
That's
God.
nasty.
What else we got?
I think that's all for white people. Wow, you said that pigeon or something.
That's
The
not even a
pitch-
white person. That's just a pigeon.
But it's white. You know, come on, bro.
Low
Who-
key, bro.
who's-
If that works, that's fire.
Who's strapping a backpack, a mini backpack, to a pigeon and letting that shit go back and forth with some
That-
meth in it?
Wait.
An innovator.
I want to know, has it been successful already? Because if it has, you just got caught on some shit, bro.
I'm pretty sure.
The game just is rigged.
Yeah.
But
It's an
that's
innovator.
fire.
That pigeon pushing pee.
That's fire.
Damn.
But yeah.
That
Shout
pigeon.
out to
that
them
pigeon
until they
being-
got caught. Shout out to them until they got caught. Shit.
Damn, that pigeon was wise though.
All right, see.
Like no, bro.
You said push and B.
I
Gunna's
did.
a
I
wild
did. I
one.
did. I did. I did. I did.
Loki,
I did.
listen.
I did.
None of it here are criminals. I know y'all haven't committed. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Niggas cannot say that no more. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah, that's a fact.
All that shit is done. All that.
It's funny because I had a conversation with a couple other people. They were like, "Yo, would you still listen to his music?" And a lot of people, it was torn between yes and no. And I was intrigued on everyone's decision because me,
I wasn't listening before.
I mean, Gunna is amazing, but he's
Wasn't
not
really
like
my
Lil
bag,
Baby, or
personally.
like, you know. So
Oh, you wasn't a Gunna fan at all?
he's-
Not really. Only
I
like
was
the,
a Duggar.
Anytime I heard like the songs that like hit mainstream,
Uh-huh.
like the joints, the songs with Duggar that was really popular. Even the shit that Drake was on, but I never really listened to.
I was more
Gunna.
big of a Duggar fan.
Okay, great guys. Well, I had to make a decision. So,
Gunna's,
and that's a no.
Okay.
no, yeah, nah.
No, but I'm sorry. Go back to your conversation because I want this. We can talk about this.
What they're listening to?
Yeah. What was your?
Well, basically listening to his.
separating the artist from the.
Yeah, whether or not would you still listen to an artist if they did what they did in his situation, for
I
instance?
feel like that's such a
like, do you still support an artist that?
that's such a circumstantial decision. It depends on what it is.
Tell me more about that. It's getting good.
Because if you're not gonna listen to Gunna or let's say a 6ix9ine
Mm-hmm.
for your reasons because of what they
I mean,
do
that's your
before,
reasons. At
I
the end of the
I
day,
can understand it.
yeah.
You're not gonna listen to R. Kelly anymore because of that situation. I can understand it.
Mm-hmm.
If you I'm trying to think of someone like a different artist. Like if you're gonna listen, if you want say you listen to artists that maybe
All
have
these niggas is telling. So go ahead.
Yeah.
no, I'm saying like maybe say you listen to an artist that has maybe shot somebody or killed somebody. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? And you choose to listen to them. Like, I'm not gonna judge you for listening to them
Type
because
shit.
this individual may have shot somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's use the baby for instance, because who gives a fuck about the baby? But people were listening to the baby, and the baby was at his peak after
Mm-hmm.
the situation had transpired, in which he had
Yes.
killed somebody that was like in the news. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And no one really judged people for listening to him after that. But someone lost their life in that situation.
True.
I feel like it's all circumstantial to what it is the individual has done. You know what I mean? Look at Kanye West. Kanye West has snowballed himself, into a
some shit.
position in which he lost almost it all, if not it all. And sometimes you get to a point where you cannot separate the artist from the art and the situation. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just think it's all circumstantial.
It's interesting.
It's a different answer I was expecting. Because I know, well, from my perspective,
Yeah, Joe. You're
it's ignorance. Everyone in all ages is ignorance. It's like, yo, he told, nah, fuck out, he's a snitch. But it's like I know it's circumstantial, like how you're saying, but I know in the streets or just in general, the people you're around, your friends, or just most demographic, is a lot of ignorance in the game. So everyone's not gonna have that perspective. I know, the most logical person would, the most reasonable person would, but they're gonna be like, "Nah, he told fuck out, he a snitch." But it's like, yo, bro, he just
I feel like situations. I feel like an instance like that. It's just people. That's like people just trying to play into the crowd of like
Yes.
wanting to be down.
No,
with the
100%.
situation,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean. Which is I can assume because I'm sure there's someone under Gunna's recent photo with 3,000 likes. That's a white kid from the suburbs saying, "We never listen to your music again."
type shit. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So
like,
yeah,
it's
But I'm only talking about our. I want to stick to our community, us.
Okay.
As minorities, the white people, we lead them to Dana White. We lead it to him and his wife. Like we lead that community to do what they're supposed to do, and Stephen A. and them, because he's part of them now. I'm talking about us. Us as a minority community. I want to know what y'all's mindset is on that now. Because I know last week we made jokes that we're not going to talk about it, but I think this is a better conversation than all other conversations people expect us to have. This one right here, us as minorities that champion Gunna's music.
why I don't champion.
Well, I mean, not you specifically,
Yeah.
but a community.
People who put him in a certain.
I mean, Gunna is a platinum selling artist, so
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Well, I stand on what I said, like in regards to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your answer is no, you wouldn't listen, or you would continue to.
if I was a true fan, I would, but I don't. I never was really big of a fan of Gunna. I always liked Doug more, if anything.
Would the legal stuff affect you if you were a true fan, in general?
No, because truthfully, if I was a true fan listening to him for like his mixtape days or anything like that, his music, just like with food and pretty much almost anything it has, it resonates with memory. So certain times you listen to certain songs in certain points in your life, it might have stuck with you more, if anything, and you connect with it more.
Right.
So granted, I would say, with the whole legal thing, and if I was a true fan, yeah, I would still listen to Gunna stuff if I was a true fan.
Okay.
I'm not gonna step back and just completely just throw away his CDs or delete them and all that stuff. No, because I put in hours of actually listening to his criteria and stuff like that, enjoying his lyrics, stories he's telling. So
Okay. And you're saying, well, what is your final
Since
say?
if I were to
If you
if
were
I was
if you were
an
Gunna
avid
fan,
listener of him beforehand and then this
even take
happened.
Gunna out of it, if somebody that you listen to every day and went on the stand and told on everybody he done did crimes with or didn't, whatever, I don't know shit.
It might affect it. It might affect how I listen to that person moving forward, because I feel like you need to have a certain code when you know what you sign up for, and depending on what the exact situation is, will determine whether like I can respect you as an individual or not. Because if you try to sign up for something just because you're trying to sign up for the image of something, and then when shit hits the fan, you throw everyone under the bus, even though beforehand you try to paint this image of you that you made people fall in love with, so to speak, to listen to constantly, and the things you made music about, people resonated with, and then it all ended up being fake and a character. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
even though rappers are characters for the most
They are.
part, you know what I'm saying, to a certain degree.
100% they are. Like Future, I love Future. Don't get me wrong, I fucking love Future, but that is a character. That man does not.
And he's
sip lean.
admitted to that, and people
that
either
man-
have not chosen to
But
speak
he
about it.
do got 55 baby moms, so some of it. is
Yeah,
shit.
I mean some of it, but this man.
Yeah, that's why I said
attended-
it's to a certain degree, a
this man
certain
in college
capacity.
attended
But
university.
like I
and
said,
shit.
it depends on what the situation is, what the crime is, or like what this person is telling on, or like what's transpired, what this person's music stuff is about, like what they rap about, like the substance of their music and shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, what you expect of a person, because it falls on code and principle as a man, depending on what you've portrayed yourself to be. You know what I mean? If you rapping and you making music about like you gonna tell on niggas, and then when shit hits the fan, you tell on niggas, like I can't be surprised. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I knew what I signed up for when I chose to invest myself into like your music. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What about you, John?
Well, my stance is I'm gonna make it super clear. Then I'll explain the thought process behind it. Niggas will never. Gunna is not my phone. I don't want that. It's just not. And It's not, and I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the whole YSL camp, all that good shit, nigga, whatever they be saying. I don't know what you be saying, but I know it sounds good. So, yeah, that's done for me personally. And it's not because I'm the toughest guy in the world and I'm in the streets, and it has nothing, for me, it has nothing to do with that. It's just understanding the dynamic of anything. And even highlighting something Derek said, hey, it depends on what, for me, I don't care what happened. I don't care if you told on a nigga that stole a piece of gum. It's just not how that works for me. For me, the minute you sign up for something and then you take the stand, which is, Derek said, when you sign up for something, you take the stand at all. From where I come from, where I was born, it's over and done with. That's it. There's not a conversation to be had. I don't care what the circumstance was. Once you decide, hey, I'm gonna hang out, you don't got to do. I'm gonna kick it with the dudes that's really doing these things, and it gets bad. Nah. All right, bro. You this is what you asked for. This is what you signed up for. So, for me personally, however anything turns out, however it goes, I'm good because in Gunna's records, he's talking that shit, he's talking the street shit, and maybe not everybody understands, but all the lyrics, I understand what he's saying. Mm-hmm. I understand all that shit. The songs that everybody's, like, I know what that shit mean, I know it all. I'm good. I personally, because at this point, I'm not personally invested, but it's like at this point, I don't believe anything, so I don't feel it anyway. I don't feel the same way anyway. Yeah. I don't believe it.
You don't resonate the same.
Yeah, it's like, all right, it's not real anyway. Not saying that I don't think all artists are telling the truth, but at this point, it's like, okay, it's not real anyway, so I'm just not interested in it. Mm-hmm. It's nothing about me being super, it's like, I'm just not interested anymore, because I know it's all fake. It's all nonsense. It's all
a facade.
It's all a facade.
It's just like, it's about a certain principle and certain code, I feel like. Yeah. As a man, you should have when you know what you're signing up for, if you're choosing to sign up for it, which you obviously are.
Yeah, once you playing a certain game, man, and don't get me wrong, it is super hard to tell a grown man to take 40, 50 years in prison because of principle. Do not get me wrong, but also you have to have a certain mentality when you sign up. Hey,
when you sign up for it,
I'm gonna be around these dudes. Yeah, do whatever it is.
You can't play the dumb play.
I'm gonna take whatever comes with this. When you say I'm gonna take whatever comes with this, that means you got rich off of this. Yeah. You profited off of this shit that men have died for. These colors, or these colors and these signs that niggas that
you're picking and choosing.
That niggas put their life on the line for. You got to profit off of. Yep. You don't get to just you know what no, it don't work like that, bro. We get caught in the car doing something, we all get caught. That's how this thing works, unfortunately. I'm not saying it's the most reasonable way to think, but that's just how this thing goes. Yeah. So for me, I've had plenty of family members in the system. I have family members that are currently in the system that have dealt with situations where, bro, a nigga just told, like, listen, I'm cool. We all saw the video, and it's like, bro, I don't know that I am super duper tough no, let me wrong. I'm not ever telling. But anyway, I don't know the situation necessarily he was in, that it was, but I don't know if he got kids. I don't know but I'm just not, I don't subscribe to that. Yeah. And I've seen too many people hold it down. Been around too many people that just held it down. And like, bro, as a man, you stand on what you did. You stand on who you stand behind. And
take that shit on the chin.
That does sound easier than it is. But
if you know what you're signing up for.
At the same time, bro, it's like, if it's just based off your circumstance, there's no difference between you and 6ix9ine.
For both of them?
No, I'm talking about like with like Gunna. It's like,
that's what I'm saying with both of them.
Yeah,
they're both in situations.
If I'm saying y'all, like, if that's what's going on, 6ix9ine's the worst for me, because
100%.
That nigga was out here terrorizing niggas and then telling. So fuck that. But in terms of Gunna, it's like, and obviously we still don't know the details of everything that came.
Of course.
I'm not gonna act like a lawyer, but also all I saw in that courtroom was yes. Yeah. Okay, so I mean,
and it's so hard to look at someone the same after that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't think his career will never be the same, simply because his majority demographic was us.
Yes.
He didn't have the overseas. He didn't have that because
It was just us.
Even with Doug don't got that many necessarily full length albums and super hits out. We as a community, as a hip hop community, embrace Doug because he's one of the best.
Yeah.
And we embrace YSL because they got Doug, and Doug is for real, and Doug is this, Doug is that. Cool. Y'all didn't have this international white spark that, necessarily somebody else would have had. So I think it's over for him. Like,
Yeah, I think so too.
For me, 6ix9ine can go overseas, and white kids just like the sound of his music. Gunna's music is based off of us. He's based off of the minorities. So he's gonna have a tough time. You see rappers deleting tweets and like, yo, no support for Gunna because niggas know what it is. And I hate when I say, yo, like, I don't fuck with dudes that tell, because I don't, but at the same time, it's like, because I'm not running around here wilding, but at the same time, it's like, bro, I cannot subscribe to that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't subscribe. It don't matter what, bro. If you, like I said, if a nigga stole a piece of gum, and you went, bro, I can't subscribe to that shit, bro. That shit
It's about principle and it's about
I
code.
just don't got nothing
That's
to do
what
with
it is.
that. I can't do nothing
Look
about
at Bobby. Look at Bobby Schroeder.
that. Bobby's solid. And the nigga,
You know what I'm saying? Like you
and
look
he
at
can't find a record.
you know, and it's
that
crazy.
Sucks, and that sucks.
And that sucks. But even then, he still held up to a certain plateau off the strength of him choosing to take extra time for his mans.
Yep.
Because that's principle shit. And he didn't have to do that, but he chose to do that for his mans.
Hip hop has embraced Bobby, and I think hip hop is taking care of Bobby.
Yeah. And I think they will continue to.
Hip hop
Personally.
is taking care of Bobby, and as they should, because it's very rare to be like, "Yo, bro, I'm gonna just take this little extra time. I know we in the jam. I'm gonna take this little extra time." And the worst part is, I said, I'm gonna sound like a fucking criminal defense attorney, but that shit on Gunna. He probably could have waited out. He probably could have just really wrote it out.
Yep.
And he'd have been fine. Like, they didn't have anything. You get a good lawyer, bro. They had nothing.
They didn't have much. They didn't
had
have anything on Gunna.
nothing.
They really didn't.
They had nothing on him.
Even Thug with all them charges, he only facing like 8 of them, and those 8 charges is not that crazy.
And it's so my thing is and that's what I think.
Like, not to take away, like, obviously.
Nah, they're but they're beatable though.
But they're exactly 100%.
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like,
I think that even with the analysis I'm seeing, because I don't know enough or too much.
Mm-hmm.
With the analysis I'm seeing, when you get caught in the Fed RICO, hang it up, call it a day. You guys are going down. The Fed's 99.8% conviction rate. This is state.
I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah, it's different.
So it's like, okay, the resources aren't the same, so I could get me a lawyer that might be better than y'all's. Because the state don't pay them. You know what I'm saying? The Feds, you talking about 6 figures, everybody.
And they're ready.
They're ready. They've been looking at you for 15 years. The state
building
is like,
that shit up.
The state, hey, you know what I mean? The state, they're just trying to they're trying to hit their big lick.
Yeah.
So, free Thug. That's all I got. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Free Thug. And like I said, all y'all that already went there and told your hearts out, I'm good. I'm good.
Dead
I'm
ass.
good. And yeah, I said I'm good, man. I'm good on that. I said not because anybody's a super tough guy here, but it's just like, bro, like I done seen too much. I'm around too much. I'm associated with too many people. That's just like, bro, I can't. Come on, man. I can't do that.
So, but yeah, just wanted to put that out there.
No,
That was a good conversation to have.
No, of course, man.
Look at us potting. We have some questions that aren't pop culture, so our female listeners can care. Hey, y'all need reassurances, man? I had this conversation with a friend of mine the other day.
Yes.
Let's define reassurance first. What does that mean? What does reassurance mean to y'all?
Reassurance could mean security. You mean specifically to me or in general?
Specifically to you. Because
Reassurance to me
if we
is-
just throw it in the air, then I don't want to hear about the niggas eating their face massage. Is weird now. So I'm going on that. I'm going on
That's
that
not
extra shit.
reassurance.
Listen, hey.
I mean, it
to
may be
you,
one of those,
right?
yeah, yeah, it
Exactly.
may
So
be,
tell me
right.
to y'all, because I don't care.
To me, reassurance is security. Reassurance is a security, reaffirming, reaffirming certain things,
Reaffirming what?
uh,
Let's get specific here.
reaffirming that you are loved, that you are whatever space it is that you're choosing to be in is a vulnerable space and it's a safe space for you to be vulnerable. Because one of the hardest things I think it may be for a man to do is find a space in which to be vulnerable. Things along that line, honestly. I do think men do need reassurance, personally. I think it is important because, like I said, at the end of the day, all this, as Joe said, terms and conditioning shit from like the shit that women wake up to every day saying that men need to have, go build a house or whatever the fuck. Men understand the role, or I would like to believe a real man understands the role he plays in society and what he's supposed to contribute into the house that he builds and the family he wants to build for. And that is not to be taken lightly. That weighs a lot, I would assume, on any man. And to be reassured that you are loved no matter what it is you're going through to try and provide a happy home and a sense of stability and the things you're trying to provide into that home, especially financially, because nowadays the world is expensive. You know what I mean? The world's expensive, and men, take on that burden a lot, I would believe, due to societal roles and, how we are all trained to be since forever ago. So to be reassured that the space that they come home to at the end of every day is a safe space, a vulnerable space in which they can speak openly about how they feel, any troubles they may be going through, anything that's weighing on their heart and mind. I think those things are important, and men need to be reassured that, because if you want to just thug it out every day, that's tough, I think.
So your version of reassurance is
Love, security, making sure the space that you're in is a vulnerable and safe one.
so to make it just a little more like
Compact.
concise, right? So your version of reassurance is, all right, I can talk to my partner about anything.
Mm-hmm.
They're always gonna tell me I got you, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about you, Dro? Reassurance to you, Dalakun. What the name of that movie was, nigga?
It's called Namor.
Dalakun. Nah, I want the nigga real name. I'm not calling the nickname he gave to the niggas. You're not gonna get me. You already seen that Killer Angel Blasted. You're not gonna do that to me.
Yo.
It's tough because unfortunately, partially seeing the machismo factor with my father wasn't that much of a beneficial thing in my life, and then seeing my brother-in-law.
I got a dad.
But no. But growing up, I see it's different completely now. But I see it more a perfect example with my brother-in-law. He's with my sister, been married for about 4 years now, boyfriend and girlfriend
That's fire.
for about 10, so 14 years, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were together for a while. But
No, I'm saying
like fiance, no, but yeah,
I'm
like
saying your sister let him rock. She's ill.
yeah, I don't know.
Nigga, after 12 months, say, hey, where the ring? Hey.
I don't know. But they've been together for a while. Like I want to say like 8
No,
to
that is
10 years.
fire.
But so he's older. He's an older gentleman.
Right.
So there is an age gap. But I have asked him and I have conversations with him talking about how, like, I want to say something like lightly on this with the whole insurance thing, but I would ask him like, what exactly do you see yourself in a partner? And he was like, yo, if I could just feel safe, be myself, because day in and day out, you have to go out there in the real world and put this mask on, because we all wear different masks. We all wear at least 2 to 3 different masks. The ones that you want people to see, the ones that you see yourself in the mirror, and the ones, I forgot the other one, but it's just, we all have that persona. So it's like, he's an older, tough dude. So it's rare to see him vulnerable, even as a man. Like, I'm only 28, he's about 40.
Right.
She's about 30-something. So it's very weird seeing this older gentleman.
Not an age gap.
So, no, she's like 34. So,
That's
whatever,
not
man.
age
But
like that.
whatever.
I thought he was talking about, I almost like.
He's
back
like,
was
no, but
yo.
he's older, bro. He's like, not 42 or 40. I can't remember exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
But it's just very weird. But he told me it was to feel safe. If he cannot feel safe, then what is it all for?
I'm telling you, bro, one of the hardest things a man can do in this life is be vulnerable.
What is it all for? Because he's not the only, he's only been married once, but he's had past partners before. But he said he got down, he got did dirty. Who hasn't? Unfortunately, that does happen. Hopefully, if it doesn't happen to you, then obviously, you're good. But to feel safe is probably one of the biggest things. And I like at first I didn't connect to that, but as I got older, I'm like, if you can't at least be yourself, vulnerable in a small space, whether you're living with your partner or not, seeing them or starting to see them and stuff like that. Because obviously you don't want to just start talking to a girl and telling her traumas and certain shit like in the first fucking day, because that would just spook them. But as you go along, you want to be able to confide in her some stuff.
For sure.
And not feel judged about it. So I would say safe, like to be able to feel vulnerable, and expressing like compliments for each other. Because the way I see it with Reassurance, you want to be able to tell your partner like certain things you still love about them. You want to still be able to hear that.
So you mean words of affirmation?
Yeah, words of affirmation. I would
So
say.
you need that as a man.
I would say so.
Okay.
And as I was younger, like I was dull to certain things like that. And growing older now, I'm like, it wouldn't hurt to actually hear that shit. Because bro, how many times? I'm pretty sure if you go up to 10 guys in the street and ask at least 10 of those guys, when was the last time you got complimented? I'm pretty sure they're gonna hit you with months or maybe a year.
And that's what I was kind of pushing towards. You guys give great answers because I was ready to argue, so I wanted to fight. But you niggas went and made it fucking difficult.
No, man,
But,
it's different shit, man.
Now all that shit y'all said all that beautiful shit was great. This y'all saying that reassurance to y'all is being able to say anything to your girl. Now I'm asking y'all, and y'all don't have to answer honestly. But if you lie, the audience already knows the opposite because I already put it out there. So, because that's what expert podcasting is.
True.
So, y'all tell hypothetical girls in your past, whatever, everything at all times.
Is that the question? It's not like you have more like to.
No, that's it.
That was it.
Like we tell them everything.
Nah.
Look.
Because that's
Look at this nigga. Look at this nigga. This nigga name more wilding over there. Look.
no.
Look.
I wish there was a camera on him. I really wish there was a camera on him right now.
Everything?
No.
Everything how you feeling?
No, I don't think you have to tell them everything.
no, because that's exhausting.
Now reassurance is tired?
No.
That's not the same thing?
No. Because
I don't think when I express that you should have a space in which you can tell your partner everything, that doesn't mean you have to tell them everything.
exactly.
Oh, no, okay, so even to the safe space part, right? Where it's like, okay, it's a safe space where I can express myself. What does expressing yourself mean? Expressing yourself about what?
When you are hurt, when you are sad, when you feel down.
Well, y'all could tell y'all. Never mind.
No, when you
Go
are
ahead.
when you are hurt.
We gonna Patreon the bitch out this episode. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Say
Now
that.
we read again.
No, but yeah.
Now when you're hurt, when you're sad, when you feel down, because as a man, that makes you feel maybe weak.
Of course.
And the last thing a man wants to do is feel weak to a woman
100%.
because of a multitude of reasons.
Yeah, but you still got to be her boyfriend though. No matter how you like. That's
No,
what
yeah,
I,
for sure.
That's what I.
You can never take away from that.
What, no, but
100%.
See, there's a thing. What I've learned to understand, and I actually had this conversation with my mother relatively recently. Good thing she listens to the podcast. She would be upset that I said this, but whatever. Content. She expressed that, hey, like, no matter how sad I feel on a daily basis, I don't turn my wife off. She has a husband. And I told her, hey, all your kids are pretty much out the house. She goes, I don't turn it off. So I'm like, Mom, like, go. If you want to go away for 3-4 days, go ahead. Nobody's gonna bother you. Like,
Yeah.
what does it do? Like, what do you want me to like? What do you want to do? Nah, I can't just do it. I'm like, why not? And she couldn't necessarily give me an answer because she's conditioned to be on something. I'm like, is that conditioning or is that like, oh, like, I feel like it's okay to tell the person you're with, your partner, hey man, I might need some space. Not to do anything like I might need 3-4 days to kind of like You know what I'm saying? But I feel like what y'all are kind of saying is like
But in order to do that,
that might not be the most reassuring aspect of our relationship. Then
if
I might need a day, I might need a week, I might need 5 days. Or yo, I gotta get my head right. And it shouldn't only be when something traumatic happens. You be like, yo, bro, honestly,
well, that's a lot to unpack.
but for sure, that's what I'm
And
saying.
so,
That's why we here.
Well, one, it can go either two ways.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be either the fact that one, you've established a space that is so secure you can do that without it being detrimental to said relationship, which is one. And two, you need to be able to reaffirm your partner and reassure your partner prior to feeling like they'll be okay when you say you may need space. Because if not, then there's going to be a bigger problem.
I've never disagreed with you more.
How so?
The first part where you said, well, you said,
Making in order for, if you make a space in which there is security, when you tell your partner you may need some space, as whether it be 5 days or a week.
To me, that starts with the first day you guys even start speaking about dating. Because, like, I feel like...
First of all, I think it's crazy if you got to tell your partner you need that space anyway, personally. That's my opinion.
Why?
I don't think if you... I don't think... Well, first of all, I don't think everyone would feel this way in general. This is all obviously circumstantial to the person, too.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
It's all
I think if your partner says they need space from you...
Then there's a
No, see, that's where you... Right there is where you...
But that's what you said, though.
No, I said they need space.
just space.
Just space. Space from you is not... and that's where...
Because it's two different things.
Yeah, those are two different things, one and two.
Space from you is there's a problem or there's something, a
Right.
factor that's making things pop up.
Look.
Just space.
Now I'm Shuri.
But the thing, no, but the,
Now a nigga like me.
but the thing is now playing with that is like a double-edged sword.
It's a dangerous game, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Because
No, it's not.
yes,
it
because
is.
either partner can take that wrong, which there needs to be communication to factor this out.
Which goes back to what I said the
Well,
first time.
Which is
Yeah.
why I pushed back and said, hey, that starts
Now-
from the first day you guys even decide to date.
So, all right, so give me an example.
How does
of
that start?
space.
So cool. So for me, well, let me take myself out the example.
Yeah,
because-
just hypothetical. Some shit.
hypothetical because, well, I mean, I can use
No,
myself.
make it a hypothetical for any individual. Make the whole scenario.
whatever
doesn't
the
matter.
case, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
Right? For me, I'm somebody that has been historically, if my friends know me very well,
Mm.
I'm tend to be brooding. I'm a loner. It doesn't seem that way, but I be alone a lot. I like my alone time, and the person I'm with has to necessarily respect that because I feel like I might explode if I don't have that.
Okay.
And that's something, naturally you have to adjust when you get married and stuff like that. But like, let's say, I'll use an example. If you decide to move in with a girl, hey, an extra bedroom is a mandatory because my brother just needs space. Because I can't be, that's just how I am. That's how I've been built. That's how I just am as
That's how
a
you
person.
function. Yeah, yeah.
It's not personal. It's not nothing I'm doing weird. It's not, you know what I'm saying? And you have to I don't think your partner has to understand that very prematurely in an extended relationship. It ain't something you learn year 1, 2. It's something
Early
3,
on.
4 months in. Hey, this is how he is.
It's early on. You have to
and
bring it up.
I take him how he is. This is who I want to be with. That doesn't mean you're always going to end up with who you want to be with, but you have to have somebody that understands that very prematurely.
Yeah.
To me, of course, but
My statement still stands then.
what?
That if they're choosing to accept that because of who you are and how you are prematurely, they are secure enough to stay there, knowing that.
No. So what I pushed back on was it seemed like you were saying secure enough in the relationship. I'm saying secure enough as an individual. As a girl, I'm secure enough that that I'm good within myself, that he's good within himself, that this is just how he is as a person. That's what I'm securing. If you're talking about secure enough in a relationship, if it's that early, there's no way you're secure enough in 60 days. That don't make no sense. So I'm saying as individuals, she has to be secure enough to say, hey, even if
I don't agree with that.
that's where that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You gotta be secure enough within yourself because
But we're not talking about oneself. We're talking like the main question asked was reassurance in a relationship.
Well, I'm saying, do men need reassurance in a relationship? But if you're good individual, if I'm good individual, my pushback was I don't need any.
Or you don't need reassurance, and
In
you
general.
don't feel like you need reassurance.
I also, that's why I asked y'all to define reassurance at first, because our definition of reassurance I think are different.
What's your definition of reassurance?
My definition of reassurance is and this is what I got from homegirls. So women, don't kill me. I could be wrong, please.
You're basing what you deem as reassurance from the input of how other women may have described
No,
reassurance.
I'm
to
gonna
you.
take what they think and what I think and kind of combine my overall idea.
Okay.
Right.
So, being complimented often, that actually makes me very uncomfortable. I hate it, and I hate when my girl does it. I'm like, could you please stop? I don't like it at all. Leave me alone. Yeah, being complimented often.
Okay.
You don't like that,
No, at all. I'm good. Please, I'd rather just put my clothes on and go out the house.
so that's not reassurance.
No, I'm saying being complimented is, and I'm saying I don't want that. So being complimented to me is as is.
Oh, you're describing what reassurance.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
No, I want to know what you describe as reassurance. To
That
you.
is what I describe as reassurance. I'm just saying I don't need. I think
doesn't
reassurance.
need-
I don't need that.
The act of compliments.
Complimenting is
He
reassurance
does is
to
reassurance.
me.
He doesn't need to hear it. He doesn't. He's there's no satisfaction to it.
Yeah, like sometimes I don't want to say women, but no, people need to be like, hey, I'm beautiful. Hey, I think you look great today. Hey, I think.
Oh,
you
so
look
you're answering two questions right now. You're answering what is reassurance to you, and you're also saying you don't need it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I thought you were answering just one question.
No,
so you're
no,
answering
no.
two questions
No,
at the
no,
same
no.
time.
Yeah, answering both of them.
One of the reassurances is basically he doesn't want to hear that shit.
No, he's saying the reassurance to him is complimenting, like words of affirmation,
Yes.
as you explained.
Yeah.
But he's also saying he don't like it, which means he doesn't need reassurance.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. He's answering two questions at the same
Yeah.
time.
Right.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm good on that. It literally makes my skin crawl. Cool. That's fine. Another aspect of reassurance is constantly, to me, being checked up on. As a man, I think that is different for men and
I
women.
don't need that shit.
As a
I've gone so long without that shit, bro.
as
I
a
don't
man
need
and woman, I
that.
think to me it's not super duper
That's another conversation.
necessary.
That's another conversation.
What?
No, let me
I don't think it's necessary either.
let me rephrase
Hold on to
it.
that. I'm gonna let him finish, but hold on
Let
to
me
that.
rephrase that though, because I'm
No,
listening.
no.
I'm
But
listening.
no, I'm saying his comment though. His
Yeah.
comment is
Listening back. That's also not the most ultimate truth, because I've appreciated everyone that's checked on me these last few months, and it's felt great.
that's different though. Like that reassurance is different than what
Right.
you're.
That's
right
why.
now.
That's why I said
Yeah.
let me pull it.
Those are
back
two
and
different reassurances.
Think about
Yeah.
what I'm saying. My partner constantly feeling like they gotta text me every 5 seconds. Like I know you're good. Like if I know what you're doing, I'm good. I don't need that. Like it's the constant checking. I'm cool, but I think we should speak often. But you know what I'm saying? Like, and what else do I see as
Oh,
reassurance?
niggas would be out here on Patreon. I'm telling you right now. Because you said that just now that you
checkup?
don't need to be checked up on because you haven't felt that shit in a while. So you're not choosing that. That's instilled in you.
Unfortunately, yes.
So is
And I'm
that
not-
not subject to change? And
It's-
if that is subject to change, does that make you uncomfortable if a woman were to? Because I'm sure if that is the case,
I'm pretty sure if a woman
you were
if a
interested
woman
in
I
constantly
was
chose to check up
interested-
on you, I feel like your
It-
shit would shift. Your thought on that may shift. It may not.
It may not.
And might not.
It may
but
not.
I feel like there is a chance if the woman you are generally interested in,
Mm-hmm.
that may shift. Because, like I said, you're saying that you haven't felt that shit in so long, and even in the manner in which you said it, not saying that you were saying it in a depressing manner.
Yes.
But it came off as depressing, or it came off as sad, or it came off as traumatic.
I would say it is touch on traumatic, but not depressing, just on traumatic, because I mean, hey, listen, man, and not everyone grew up in a white picket fence and certain shit like that, to be real. But it's just like, life hit you with punches, you just gotta keep going. So it's like, for not to being checked up on, it's like I just gotta do me. And if people, check up on me, cool, but I don't need it. Like I usually was the one to check up on people, but then after a while, it's like, why? Like I'm gonna just do me, bro. And I know what you
Would you like it?
The checkup on for a certain individual, it would be weird to me. That would be off-putting to me in the beginning, because it's like I wouldn't say never. It's been a while since I had that, so it would be off-putting. It would I guess you could say more. I would put distance to it because it would.
If a girl you liked was checking up on you, you would distance yourself?
It would trigger like a defensive mechanism in me because I never. It's something. It's like
It's trauma.
It's trauma. Basically, yes, it's trauma. To be able to see like this is coming out of nowhere. Why? What's up with this? What's wrong with this? This shouldn't be happening.
And I'm not laughing at like what you're saying.
No. Of course not. But it's just it's weird because I know there's certain things with certain individuals, especially men. There's certain things that happen with them when they're starting to see new people or just new partners or just people in general, new friends and stuff like that. Certain shit they'll see like I never received this, so it's like I gotta put those defenses.
Do you
up.
feel like that needs healing?
Yeah, but I mean, listen. With time, I like this year. I told myself I want to go to therapy, and I've been looking into to go and talk about certain traumas and stuff like that as a grown individual, because therapy isn't something that should be shunned upon.
I'm an advocate for therapy. I
But
go.
it's just with time, because I know it's a big step. It's a big step to open yourself to a whole random person, obviously who's qualified. But it's just certain traumas is like you don't want to talk about and open up about.
Like, I'll be going to therapy just because it's Monday.
But-
I'll be popping that shit like it's candy. Like, yeah, I'm in here. What's up?
But-
What's up, Doc?
That ass.
What you got
Weekly.
for me, gang?
Weekly.
But
You got for me, gang?
I think in the beginning it would be not off-putting.
If
but
we
it-
had more time, I would. And if this was the Patreon,
Of
shit,
course,
I
of
would
course.
rip this whole
I mean,
section
we'll
open.
come back
I
to
would
it.
rip yeah, we definitely.
We'll
have
come
done
back
that,
to
'cause I would
it.
rip this whole
It was
section
just in the
open right now.
beginning. Like, listen, I'm not saying I'm gonna straight up dub it, but it'll be a little off-putting at first because it's like, yo, I don't think it should be happening type shit. So
Yeah, I would rip this whole section
Yeah.
open. We're gonna shelf this on your behalf, for sure.
Listen,
but
man.
back to you.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
So you don't need reassurance.
no, I wouldn't. I don't want to outright say that because everybody's definition is different. But in terms of
What you define as reassurance, you don't
no,
need it.
I don't need a girl constantly complimenting me. And also, I'm naturally, because I work in content, I'm self-deprecating, so I'm cool on that. Self-deprecating, very much a self-critique often. So I'm cool on anyone try to compliment me all the time. It's uncomfortable.
Do you have a different version of what reassurance is for you?
No,
not
no,
by what
this-
you've gotten from everyone else.
Well, I mean, that aligned with what I thought reassurance was. And then reassurance, and then the other part is constantly feeling loved. Like, if you're never hugging your partner or kissing on your partner, which I think is important, right? It's important to make your partner feel attractive. And that's more so like making sure, like I said, it is very different. For me, it's different for, that's why the question was, do men need reassurance? I think it's very different for men and
I
women.
just want to rip this whole section fucking
I mean, I think that...
I mean, not enough time.
I'm
If-
down. I'm
We're
down
gonna
to shelve
see,
it. I'm down to
This
shelve
is
it.
gonna be the first thing
Because
we speak about. I'm
it
just
broken
letting you know
down
right
to
now.
two different things.
We're not
Relationship,
you're saying it, we're not going to remember this in a moment.
relationship.
No, I will.
What?
Trust me.
But
What,
like,
others?
like, if my girl comes out and she looks great, I'm gonna tell her she looks great because I know that that's something she would feel great hearing. Me, I don't necessarily give a fuck. All right, cool, we out. Like, I'm really all right. Like, cool, that's great. Like, we out.
But going back to like the original question, I do believe men need reassurances because it's levels, bro. It's like a fucking, it's layers. It's like a fucking onion. I hate to use that cliche saying, but it's dead ass onion, like an onion. You have to peel back so many layers because I'm pretty sure if a man goes their whole life with at least
I was literally just thinking that right now.
one compliment,
Men need reassurance.
one
do.
compliment, bro. I'm pretty sure, like, I
How
know.
would it affect their psyche?
Yes, I know 100%. At least one compliment that shit will stick with a person for the rest of their fucking lives, bro.
Well,
But it's way deeper than that.
But wait, no, that's what I'm saying. That's just the top layer.
Well, maybe more so the question is layered in terms of the person you're dealing with or dating. As a man, you want to hear good things about yourself naturally, but what I described is, all right, like, I don't need every time.
no, because that's.
I walk out the closet, hey, I love your outfit. Okay, thanks.
But
Do you think a man can live his whole life from beginning to end, say it starts at birth and say it ends at the age of 65, living their whole life without ever having a space with a woman feeling vulnerable enough to speak about what things he may be going through in life?
I don't think that's reassurance is a safe space to speak. That was your version, a safe space to speak however you're going through. Yes, I do think that it's important for women to give you a safe space to speak about what you want to speak about. But it also can go the other way because when you're in a relationship, sometimes, oh no, fuck that. I would say a lot of the times, that space that you think you're speaking to, whether it be safe or not, is also affecting your partner. And that can ultimately fuck your relationship up. Not saying that you shouldn't, because it takes those are the people that lasted 20, 30 years in marriage that are able to get through that. But sometimes, and I've seen it, I've heard it, that, hey, like, you're putting all that pain on me as your partner, and we're not even necessarily in that space yet. We don't got no kids. We're not married. Like,
You need to have the discernment for that, though, to know when.
But they don't.
Yeah, but that's
sometimes when you're in an emotional state, you don't. That's even that asking that of a human being to discern when, how long I've known this person, how much I can tell this person is a very difficult thing.
No, I agree. I definitely agree.
So like,
but then that's on the individual to learn from, or to either try and learn from, or grab and get a better understanding of.
But the problem is all that you did that you said you need, and that person has to give it to you immediately. Your natural as a human reaction. Your human.
And that sounds like it comes from trauma.
What
also
comes from trauma.
The need to immediately dump all of that on someone so soon, like.
I mean, but also
because you're doing that for a reason.
Everyone's determination of soon is different. Like, it could be.
No, I'm saying let's say the first 90 days. Let's say the first 90 days.
Yeah, but that
even in your scenario.
But let's even say let's take 90 days. Let's make it a year. For a lot of people, that's not a long time in a relationship. That's a long time relationship. For a lot of people, it isn't. So it's like, yo, you take a year, right? And you dump a bunch of shit.
Dump all that shit.
And they're like,
if you're with someone for a full year and you guys don't understand the difference in how you view that year, I think that's telling in itself. Because clearly you guys don't have
that
a good understanding of each other to the capacity to understand your perspectives of what this is that y'all are building together.
Now, going with that, now piggybacking off of that, would you bring in age as a factor? Being younger or being older, would that affect that? Because
as much as people say no, I do think so.
Because I would say yes, because there's maturity. Because you know, being in a relationship at 21 is way different than being in a relationship at 28. So I definitely agree with you with the whole. If within a whole year, if you don't see, I'm not saying obviously you have to speed run through a whole relationship within a year, but
in a year span, you guys should have some type of mutual understanding of what this space is you're building.
Yes.
Because if you don't have that in 1 year, what did y'all do that year?
But I don't think
y'all learned about each other, which is fair.
I don't think that's fair, because also, like, what if y'all just never went through trauma in a year? Y'all never went through nothing. Like, y'all could have went through this year and nothing happened. And then
but that's great though.
But it could hit year 2 and nobody knows how to react. Like, y'all, how can y'all build something if y'all never went through it? So if y'all never went through no shit, and then all of a sudden some shit happened, it's all new for everybody. It's a free game. It's a free game. It's a free game.
That's fair, but that also doesn't change the statement of what. If that doesn't change the fact that if you're with someone
it does. I have to give them grace because they've never been through this with me.
Yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that you both are together. Because with the initial statement you made was that a year not being long to one person and long to another person.
For sure.
That doesn't change the fact that if they argued or not, that 1 year is understanding of that 1 year being the starting point of trying to build something.
But I'm not talking about an argument. We said.
No, I'm not talking about an argument, but I'm saying you brought up the argument. I feel like that's a separate conversation.
But what I'm saying is, like, let's say what you described as reassurance is somebody creating a safe space for you. If you've never needed that safe space for an entire year, then all of a sudden you do. For you to expect somebody to know how to react to that already can be unfair to them.
I don't think you should have an expectation of that. I don't think you have.
Then you only reassurance.
Yes, you do.
After a year.
No, you're changing it. You're moving the goalpost. Because if you haven't gone through something in the full year and then you finally end up going through something, and the other person you have an expectation of how they're supposed to respond to that, and they don't reach said expectation because you have never gone through it before, and now you're realizing that doesn't change the fact that you still need reassurance. This is just the point in which you're supposed to express to that person and tell them and communicate with them what you need. And if they can provide it and they cannot provide it, is how you determine moving forward.
So how can you determine if they can provide it or cannot provide it?
Well, if you're with someone for a full year and you have never gone through an issue, are you supposed to not be with that person because you haven't gone through anything?
mean, things would be going great.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone has a honeymoon phase. A honeymoon phase is a honeymoon phase.
I think
It's existent.
I think the honeymoon phase, in my opinion, lasts longer than a year. You might not go through shit for
I do
like
not think a honeymoon phase lasts as long as a year.
Yeah. I've been in I've been in a good amount of relationships, bro.
Yeah, I don't think that lasts long.
That shit could, bro. 12 months flies by like this.
I would say
I think everyone's different.
7 months, and that's like
I think a honeymoon phase is shorter than that. I think a honeymoon phase could be 4 to 5 months. It's different.
I mean,
think it's all
also-
different. I think it's
also-
different to every individual.
yeah, I believe it's different to every
because that, I feel
individual.
like that comes from the chemistry.
Age, chemistry. There's a lot of
Personalities,
factors. There's a lot of
There's
factors.
so many variables.
Because some people, you know,
Yeah, nothing is concrete, of course. but
no, of course.
I've never been through a honeymoon phase for the most part lasts a year. It's like, yo, after the first year, everything's straight because y'all just doing everything. Y'all kicking it y'all going away, y'all hanging out. Cool. Year 2, y'all start talking about real shit. Like, oh, so what we finna do? Like,
second year is when y'all start talking about real shit. That's crazy.
what you do after 6 months?
What do you determine as real shit?
I mean, like I said, that's based on everybody, but
That's what I'm saying. It's all different.
and especially me thinking about COVID and how the year went by. The years are now like so fickle.
Of course.
That like so little can happen. Like I felt like time stood still in 12 months. So for me to think that someone's supposed to make a serious determination off their life in a year where even to this day things are so uncertain, bro, the girl you love to death could tomorrow get a job after y'all been together for years. She's like, well, you know I'm career oriented. You look at her like, what?
Type shit.
I mean, we've been just kicking it, having a good time, but I love my job more than I love anything, so I'm out of here. Like things are so like, you know what I'm saying? Like fickle in this life and in this world that's like, listen, bro, I've seen people be around me for a year and then disappear. Like,
I also
all
don't-
of that shit is so fickle. Like,
I also don't like that.
What?
like, like if you're with someone and like you're saying you're kicking it with someone and then they get a new job and they up and leave you. All right, how long were you dealing with this person? I don't want to say dealing because dealing has a negative connotation.
It's a year.
Yeah.
If you're talking to someone for a full year, and in that a year after you guys have been dating, because you're dating at this point, right? You're dating in a year, or you are just talking.
Bro,
I'm asking you specifically.
All that
like,
shit, to me, all that shit is the same thing. I'm an adult, bro. I don't.
So,
talking,
say,
if I'm
so if
dealing
you're
with somebody-
dating, if
dealing
you're
with somebody
dating,
for an extended period of
if you're
time,
dating
we're
someone for a
dating,
full
yeah.
year, if you're dating someone for a full year, and then they get a new job opportunity and they just up and leave you without a conversation,
I didn't say that. I said they talked to you. They said, hey, I'm gonna choose my career, and if you're
and then you
you're
and then you choose whether you accept that, and if you don't, that's okay, because
Yeah,
that
that's your own
that
choice.
falls in line in the same category as if one person wants to have a kid and one person doesn't want to have a kid. These are conversations you do have to have.
Yeah.
But you see that job opportunity
I'm-
sounds like a
bro,
conversation
re-
that's happening because it's an in the moment thing
No, but
happening.
my thing is, I don't necessarily feel like I need to have that conversation earlier than a year. If it never comes up, like imagine that. I work in media, right? All of a sudden, X company says, hey, after a year of me dating this girl, when I've just had I wake up every morning, go to my job, and then we kick it like it never comes up. It's no big deal. I get this opportunity, but in her mind or in your mind, whatever the case may be, I'm just making my money, going to my job, doing my thing. That's it. Like that, and I think that's sometimes what a lot of us think.
So, all right,
Go to your job, do your thing, cool.
So you're saying you're dating this person, and this is a hypothetical
Cool,
situation. You're
sure.
dating this person, but you already know in a year from now you're gonna have a job opportunity.
No,
that
I'm saying it's a surprise.
it's a surprise.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what I said. It's similar. Then you bring that to your partner because you communicate that with them.
Okay.
And then they choose whether they accept that or not, and that's it. Because that's out of your control. I mean,
No, it's not. You can say no.
no, I mean like it's out of your control in the sense of like if you do want to take the job. Like if you want to take it, like if you want the job because it's a better paying job and like it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like it's not out of your control to say no. Obviously, you can
Yeah,
say
but
no.
my thing is there is no amount of reassurance in that amount of year that can change that aspect of what you're about to do.
It may not, but what if the person you're dating says that's cool? What if I relocate my job to the same state you're in because what they have a working from home job?
Oh, that is
It's different for everybody.
holy shit.
It's different for everybody. That's what I'm saying. Like it's different for everybody.
But we specifically said after a year.
Yeah, but I'm saying, what if these people in that said situation?
After 12,
Yeah.
that's
what I'm saying.
Everything is possible,
That's what I'm saying.
but that's why my point was after 12 months, I don't necessarily like anything can happen.
People date for months and not even a year yet and moving together.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's fine, but that sounds good. Like, it sounds good. It sounds good.
That's what I'm saying.
All that shit sounds great.
Good.
Exactly.
I wish we could look up the stats, see how how that works out. But
Yeah, no, I agree.
I don't think. I think relationship is based in a lot of time-bearing conversation, a lot of time-bearing problems, a lot of time-bearing issues. A lot. You gotta. For me, going through a lot is going to build a relationship to last an extended period of time, because just like I've never gone through some of these things with anybody else, and I don't want to start there. And I think a lot of issues begin when people haven't gone through enough together. And so it's very important for us as people to recognize, oh, we just haven't been through this yet, so let me give you some grace, because maybe I've been through something that you haven't been through, or she's been through something I haven't been through, so let's figure this out. Let's find this middle ground, because you don't know better yet, or I don't know better yet. Instead of putting the pressure on each other to have to know the answer right away.
You know what all of that does? Gives the partner reassurance.
No, that gives me the opposite.
That's
That-
crazy. How does that give you the
that gives
opposite?
them-
That you
It
don't
gives
know-
you reassurance
That
because
you don't know shit, and that
No,
you're,
that's
that
not
you're,
what you
that
just
you're just
said.
react. No, that's not. What I'm saying is, because going back to I know my equality was, my equal point was, yes, we all now understand that you don't know and I don't know, and we come together. I understand that. I'm saying before that point was the fact that I understand by myself, not with any reassurance from anybody else, that, hey, like, you may not know no better. She's not giving me no reassurance that she knows anything. She's gonna keep arguing and keep being upset because she don't know better. That's what I'm saying. I have to deal with that as an individual. There's no reassuring when she keeps bugging. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's gonna keep tripping.
Yeah.
That's what she's supposed to do. She don't know better. There's no reassuring in that.
Yeah, this sounds like just your 2 points fighting each other. Like, in a sense of like you don't need reassurance because you have your own beliefs on it.
I mean,
and then
my
I feel
definition-
like that's fighting what reassurance is, which is why you're saying you don't need reassurance. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, my definition of reassurance is not as extensive as y'all's. Oh, do you look good? You look great. Constantly telling the person you love.
Through all
them.
of this, I still don't know what you deem as
I
reassurance.
told you, the constant.
But like I
compliments,
don't know
the
what you
constant
deem for
being
what you
told-
need. Like what you specifically, John,
What do you mean, what do I
needs.
need?
Like what? What does a relationship serve you?
Okay, that's a whole different question. What I feel like I need in a relationship is I need someone to, one, understand me, which is not necessarily reassurance. Just understand that sometimes, like I said, I need some space. I like to be alone. I like to take time apart from the universe, not just you. That don't take it personal. One. Two, someone that also understands like where I come from, my background. When I explain it, it's not a joke. You know what I'm saying? So understand why, because once you understand that, you may understand why I react a certain way to certain things. Oh, he acts like this because this happened to him at this point. Like that, stuff like that. From my ideology of reassurance, it is, being told I look good all the time. Like that doesn't necessarily do it for me. Or being told, that's maybe some, not being told you're loved all the time. I think that's important for anybody. I tell the homies I love them all the time. I tell y'all I love y'all all the time. That's important. I don't want to take that away from anybody. So I think that is an aspect of reassurance. So maybe that is something I would like to hear and need when I'm with somebody at that point in my life. Well, when I'm with my partner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But beyond that, what I need in a partner, I really just be looking for somebody to hold it down. That's not going to tell. Really it, man.
So security.
No, I don't. Security.
That's security.
But that is security.
Fuck need security.
That's
security,
security.
bro.
Nigga, I don't need security.
But that's what security is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Security in what?
To hold it down?
Are you asking me to? What? Like you're talking about emotional security.
No, security. Period. You want someone to hold it down for you. That's security.
No, okay, hold it down is the wrong terminology. Somebody that can just understand me as John.
That was the first thing you said, which I can understand how that's different than reassurance.
But security,
Security.
In what aspect? So explain your thought.
Someone holding it down for you, security. That's what you said. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so what does holding it down mean to you? Because I don't know what that means.
You said it, so what does it mean to you?
I was just saying nothing. So what's next?
This nigga's spotting, bro.
Security.
What's next?
Security could
This
be
nigga's
different
spotted,
for
bro.
everyone. That's the thing.
I'm telling you, bro.
Exactly. What the fuck?
Turn this bitch into a therapy session real quick.
Oh shit.
No, I think my.
I'm not saying you're wrong for it either.
No,
I'm
right,
just
everyone's
trying to
different.
give
We're
you.
kidding.
I'm just trying to
I know
give you like
we're
perspective.
We're
on it.
kidding. My holding it down is just.
Which I agree with you. I think that's
if-
also very necessary.
If I just want to talk some shit and say some nonsense, and that's it. Like, but for me,
So a safe space to talk.
no, I don't ever expect my girlfriend to need to, because I don't want to put a lot of things I have in me on her, because it can be a lot, and that shouldn't be for everybody. But and that's what I have, low key. That's why
I think
podcasting is here and all that other shit. Yeah, I've actually learned through being in a relationship that hey, that's not the best thing to do because your girl is gonna have a tough time.
It's actually the opposite for me because they would because I listen, so they would just bring it to me. I would never give input or give on my actions.
I've learned that through being in a
So-
relationship, man. It's tough. You cannot dump things on her. She's gonna be mad. She don't like it. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying like she's not gonna. You're gonna create a space where it's just sad for her, and especially
Of course, yeah, because it's bro, it takes a lot. It takes a toll on
and
everyone.
especially if your girl's very joyful all the time, and then you just are a naturally brooding person, keeps dumping things. It's just not good for the relationship. So you gotta find a common ground.
Of course.
You can't do that. That's not what that person's there for. That's not what is good for that type of relationship.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to just keep dumping. I got to eat some of the shit because as a man, like you got to make your girl happy. What the hell?
Of course.
That's it. Yeah. We've been on this for now.
This is gonna be a good.
Yeah, listen,
This
y'all
gonna
I
be-
would keep on going, but obviously we've been part
Yeah,
of the first
we
minute, but we're gonna run this back. Trust me.
This is gonna be a good one.
Honestly, I think that's all we got for Life Cycle, man. I don't think we got time for. We'll save all this other stuff
Yeah.
for next week.
For next week, yeah.
There's no music that came out.
I
had beef with y'all.
No, there.
What?
Ice Spice.
What about
She dropped a song.
what about the
Her
Queen?
No,
And her
I'm
mood.
gonna tell y'all real quick, and all my Bronx listeners, sorry, I don't give a shit about that song. But anyway, so now that y'all got that out the way, I want to address. Y'all talk about all these new female rappers, and I know we only been back for a week, but y'all had a whole 27-minute segment on Ice Spice last week. I ain't hear nothing
I
about.
will have another 27-minute.
We don't have time for that. Lola Brooke.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What about her?
I ain't hear a word about her.
I said her name last week
He did.
Yeah, but not long enough.
because she only got one song out.
Shouldn't need.
Ice Spice had more than one song out last week.
She does. Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
That we gave a fuck about.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did. Give a fuck about it. You didn't give a fuck about it. You want to give her 15 minutes of fame. Ice Spice just dropped a new single. It's called In Her Mood. Go listen to that. Bronx Queen.
I don't care if y'all do. She
Listen.
didn't pay us. Just not an ad. I
You're
don't
right.
care.
Bronx legend.
I don't give a shit.
Feel me?
Shout out to Lola Brooke.
Shout out Lola
No,
Brooke.
of course,
Don't play with it, Brooklyn.
definitely not the.
I like that little sample of that this and that freestyle she put on her IG page a couple weeks ago. But I would love for new Lola Brooke music for sure.
She's probably working on it.
No, she
most likely.
definitely
Lola Brooke is the GOAT.
She just,
Something
she
like
just
that.
signed a deal actually.
Yeah, so
Oh, well,
it's definitely coming.
I don't know.
She just got signed.
You know how that goes sometimes.
Yeah.
But anyway, shout out
Maybe
to
a
Lola
little
Brooke.
while. Shout out Lola Brooke.
These niggas love that Ice Spice shit. God bless. But Lola Brooke is here. Brooklyn.
She already chose.
What's wrong with that?
All right, man. There's no other music. Music hasn't come out in the first quarter.
No, hell no. It's gonna
Anyway,
be. It's gonna be
Stream in
dry.
her mood. Ice Spice. That's all I got for you.
yeah. There's
Oh, and no, Pop Can and Drake came out. Forgot about that song.
Oh,
Gives
the,
me-
the
gives me-
single, right? The single.
Yeah.
I haven't heard
we
it.
we cut done.
Cool.
I heard
It's a
it.
cool song. It's cool. It's a cool song. It gives me a.
I mean, at least he actually got the music in this time, because fucking.
listen,
Pop
it gives me a throwback Jamaican Drake vibes when he was back in 2016 on that little run.
Yeah,
It's
motherfuckers
cool, man.
got we gotta
It's cool.
discuss 2016 just letting it go, bro. Like one of these episodes.
It's cool, man. I mean, I said honestly, Drake is just in a place where you could do whatever you want, bro.
Bro, I need him to drop like a country album and like
What?
go
I mean,
go
I'm sure
platinum.
it'll be
No,
fire,
no.
but what?
No, he's already goated, but if he could drop like something else that he hasn't dropped.
Techno wasn't enough for you.
I don't know, bro. It's something. Just
No,
to
I like what he's saying because
just to shut people up, bro. Because like, yo, he's just doing it, bro. He dropped a whole dance album and it went crazy. So
Drake-
like, why not continue?
Because he is an
going?
anomaly.
Drake is not even 40 yet, and he's done everything
Like,
in the industry.
bro,
So
this-
at this
this
point,
man-
He is an
now,
anomaly.
I'm at the point where it's like, okay, I just want to see what you're gonna do next.
Word, bro. Like, what else can
You
you
ungrateful
can you
motherfuckers
do?
that are axing about Drake's bars, leave him alone.
Nah,
Yeah,
bro.
they already know, bro.
And
They already
even when they do receive the bars, it's not even enough, and it's wild because
Yeah,
like
when you get there, it's not. Yeah,
like,
there's
come
nothing he
on,
can do that makes
bro.
anybody happy.
So-
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like
And
they
he's
already
that-
know.
And he's that good. So,
But
it's like-
I'm very looking forward to what he hasn't done. Which,
and her loss is. I know y'all hate to say it. I know it's annoying, but it is the rap album of the year. Well, if we're counting. Well, it came out late 2022.
Hmm.
Into 2023, if you're going there, nothing has happened yet. You can't say that. If you're going on the back half of 2022, it's the best rap album that's come out. We haven't talked about the Grammys or anything like that, but I don't give a shit.
Yeah, me either.
But do I think it deserves to be? Drake doesn't deal with the Grammys, but would I compare it to the album that the Grammys put up? No, I think Pusha T's album, ironically, is the best rap album of the year. Not my favorite. It's not my favorite, but it is the best.
I mean, out of the nominations, yeah, I would say.
My favorite is actually Vince's album, and I don't know if it. Was it nominated?
Oh, shout out for Vince too for being on Abbott Elementary.
Oh yeah, but yes, 100%
Yeah.
shout out to Vince. But I feel like the music industry is not giving Vince enough credit for having the best project this year. I hate that they don't.
He's
do that.
independent.
Vince Staples is signed to.
There's no way he's independent.
He's signed to Motown.
Okay.
He was Def Jam. They went to Motown. I don't know if they had something going on, but
It was in a car
Gotcha.
commercial. He is not independent.
but Vince is also one of the. No,
He's underground.
Outside of Russ, he's the best businessman in music. Vince could
I'm not
sell.
gonna take that away from you.
Vince
yeah.
can sell 20,000 copies and be the richest man in the room.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're really good at what you do. So,
Yeah.
music. I just want to like Vince Staples. I wish. I'll get it right next week to see if he's nominated. If he's nominated, all my votes go. Vince had the best project to come out this year. People forget because it came out early.
Mhm.
But Ramona, Park Save My Heart is the best rap hip hop project that came out this year.
Hmm.
That's what I'm standing on. I don't know if her loss can count for next year. But
I mean, it was a later year, so
it's at the
I'm
end.
sure
It
it
was
can.
at the end of this year.
I'm sure. It can.
But I
In
also
the
know
cycle.
Drake doesn't give a fuck, and
Yeah, he's not gonna
you don't-
submit
you
it.
don't go.
yeah, he doesn't care. So there's that. I think that's all for music, sports. We don't got shit. We already talked shit about Stephen A. and ESPN.
Yep. DeMar, I believe he was admitted out at the hospital.
Yes,
Yeah.
DeMar Hamlin was.
So he is doing better, and everyone is wondering what he's doing with the money with his toy drive. I'm pretty sure he's working with this Cincinnati nonprofit that's going to help with him, and he's going to give it back. I'm pretty sure.
That's fire. Prayers to him. I'm so happy he's good, man.
So,
Shit like that is super scary, especially like.
no, 100%.
I'm not a parent, but I just could think about like, as a parent, you got a young kid that's rich, famous, did everything he was supposed to, then he just almost dies on everything he's worked for.
I mean, technically, if you want to get to technicalities, yes, he did die. Because
Right,
his
right,
heart
like,
did stop.
His heart, like that shit.
So,
As
but it's insane. It's 100% insane.
as a parent,
bro.
as a friend, I can't imagine that feeling right there, bro. So, praise to him, man. His story's amazing. And
I'll
shout
give
out to
him-
the NFL. Never mind.
I was about to say.
Shout out to the NFL teams and the individuals that continue to express how it
Yes.
affected them because
Yeah.
that's super traumatizing.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the NFL.
And they actually didn't play Thursday too, so they kind of show some
Yeah, and
insensitive.
if it was up to the NFL, them niggas would have played.
100%.
I'll tell
So,
you right now.
but that's pretty much sports. Nets is going crazy. Knicks is Knicks. Julius Randle's going crazy-ish.
I think it's just lost,
yeah.
though.
So
I've been lost my parlay. I don't care. Anyway,
I took a break. Fuck that
all
shit.
right, I think that's all we got. I will continue to think just constantly in the podcast as in the words of Ty, man. I'd be happy if we could just pod forever, and that is something that I think we all feel, and that's a sentiment we continuously will have, that we are not ungrateful at this platform and the space that we've built and that we have. And I want to thank everybody for continuously listening, subscribing, liking everything we do. And we'll see you guys next week. Unless you guys have something to say.
No, that's cool.
All right.
Onward and upward.
good.
You feel me?
That's it. All right. See you guys next week.